And hello, I am told we are live, so I am going to speak. I am looking at the screen just to make sure that, yes, we are. Good. Hello. Welcome back to Tabletop TBR, which is a new series that we're trying out here at Plaid Dog Events and Adventure Dice, partnering together to bring you playthroughs of games that you may not have yet reached from your shelf. In fact, let me go and grab the game that we're playing tonight from the shelf. Today, we are playing through Eat the Reich by Rowan, Rook and Decard, written by Grant Howitt with art by Will Kirkby. And you have a chance of winning a digital version of the game by following along in the chat. And just before our break, I'll tell you how to do that. Before we get into the game, I am Alex V. I'll be the game master for tonight. And I'm going to ask the players to introduce themselves and who they're playing, starting with Emily, who is muted.
Of course I'm muted. I was being respectful. My name is Emily. I come from the unceded territories of the Coast Salish people. And my pronouns are they, her. And yeah, I'm playing Czech this evening for you guys.
Let's go with Urvy.
Hi, Urvy Fitz. My pronouns are they, them, and I will be Flint, the half man, half bat for you this evening. Time zone?
Yes, time zone is good. Time zone is good. Let's go with Queenie.
Hi, I'm Queenie, she, her, calling from the Midwest. And tonight I am playing Astrid, the barbaric ex-spider pilot.
Yeah, that's a good way of describing her. And last but not least, we have Jess.
Hello. Jess, she, they, playing Iryna today. And if you want to see us all the time, you should subscribe. You should do that. You should.
Thank you for stealing my job, Jess.
I did. I took it. I just picked it up and took it, like so much blood, and also this nun's costume.
Yes. Yes, if you'd like to subscribe to the Plaid Dog Events channel, we will be doing more of this kind of game night thing going forwards. It won't be like every week, every month. It'll be like usually. We're still ironing out the details, but probably like once every couple of months, we'll have a new game for everyone to watch through and follow along. And if you join the Adventure Dice Discord, you might even be able to join the games as a player yourself, or pitch a game to GM if you would like to. As I said, my name is Alex. I'll be running through the game tonight, which is Eat the Reich, in which the players are a crack team of vampire commandos rushing through Nazi-occupied Paris in 1943. Their overarching mission is to reach the Zeppelin, currently anchored to the Eiffel Tower, of course, which contains Adolf Hitler, so that they can drink his blood and end the Nazi war machine once and for all. We are going to, I'll just very quickly recap what happened last week. They landed in giant steel reinforced coffins and exploded and then reconstituted themselves using non-blood. And then from there, went through a shopping center, shopping mall for you North Americans out there. I always forget where I am. And then crashed through a hotel. Decided to make a bit of a scene in a church, and just killed. Had a giant cross was being used at some point. Drove a car through an entrance, and a piano was involved. And we tonight are going to be going through Sector 2 of the map that we have available of Paris, which is included in the book. And we are going to be going through a number of locations, probably going to be hitting 3 or 4 locations, depending on how the narrative takes us. And you can see everyone's characters on their little windows here on the overlay. But I have given the players the layout of the map. We are going to be going through Sector 2 tonight. And players, which location would we like to venture towards first? Ahead of you, stretching through the Parisian night, you see in the distance a very expensive looking garage. Just a number of vehicles parked together. And just above you, you hear the sound of a plane just flying by, and then just as a sputtering of the motors as you see it crosses the area just above this giant fairground illuminations, and it just starts falling down, feeling through, gliding down, and you hear it somewhere in the distance just a of an explosion as this plane crash lands somewhere, as it something took hold of it, perhaps. And even further in the distance, you hear a single solitary "Oh!" Wolves in Paris? In my game? That's for you to find out. So yes, players, are we heading towards the expensive-looking garage, or are we going towards the Jardin des Fées, the illuminations and fairground?
Do we want to do more car stuff, or do we want to go play some games?
Well, we do like to make an entrance.
Can we do car stuff then games?
Seems like the best idea.
Custom games? Steal a car
Yeah.
and drive it through a fairground? That's
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that sounds doable to me. Before we begin, what items do people have right now? Other than your usual equipment, does anyone have any items of loot that you picked up in the previous sector?
I
Believe-
picked up a sliver of the cross.
Yes, you do have a silver cross. You have 3 uses of that one. I did not give you a bonus condition for it, but I'm going to give you a bonus condition right now, which is if you fulfill the religion. What's the word I'm looking for? I just lost. Religious is the first word, but there's a second one. Religious jargon. There we go. Or religious mumbo jumbo. If you can fulfill the condition, religious mumbo jumbo, you will gain an extra die on top of the die that the cross gives you already. That was probably very loud. I am sorry. My microphone just decided to jump off the desk. If you didn't hear that, that's also fine. Okay, so we're heading towards the expensive-looking garage. What you know about the 40s is that very few people actually owned a car in the 1940s. Many of those that did, it's basically just a status symbol. It is not a functional vehicle necessarily. It's you want to be seen driving a vehicle around. Most of the vehicles in this particular garage belong to German expats or diplomats who really want to be seen driving something expensive. They can't handle much in terms of punishment from enemy fire, but an open road can make them achieve a fair lick of speed. Your objective for this scene, players, is to steal something flashy and get the hell out of here. The objective level is 8, and there is another sniper team on an adjacent roof, and there may be another threat incoming into the scene in a couple of rounds. So, who would like to attempt to tell me how you are entering the scene, how you're getting to the garage? It's a very open air garage. There's a couple of just for show, not really walls. It's just more of a perimeter. It's not closed off. It has a little bit of gazebo, a little bit of roofs just to keep it keep some of the rain and the cars from getting soiled and stained. But other than that, it's pretty much open air, and there is the roof nearby with a sniper team on top. Who would like to make their first entrance into this scene?
So, if I were to walk right up to the front gate,
Yes.
as though I was in distress in some fashion,
In this dress specifically?
yes, specifically in this outfit,
As a nun.
just clutching my
That was a
rosary.
pun. I'm just going to count my own puns here.
Please do. Can we get a pun counter? Is that an option?
Yeah, Andrea, could you quickly just make a pun counter for us?
Next
You
time.
don't have to do that.
That's a weak boy.
A con, perhaps some might call it, to provide some distracting, like a distracting kind of interaction that might allow for others to get a jump on the sniper team before I get plugged full of holes.
That sounds like a very good entrance to me. Anything else you're adding onto this?
Ooh, I think. Is it Is it a pretty place? Is it a nice garage? Are there lovely vehicles?
The
of,
garage itself isn't anything special, but it is
Mm.
a very much a place. It's like the way that you might see a car dealership. It's made to make the cars look nice and to make the people who go looking at the cars like they have the money to afford that kind of thing.
So I think
So
I
there
might.
is like there are beautiful surroundings in if you wanted to fulfill that particular condition.
I think I might. I think I might spend a blood and do that. Which would take me to, I think, 6.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just so you know, potential cars that you might be interested in here. There's an open-topped Italian Speedster, a reliable German import, of course, and an unremarkable French jalopy. Each of these could be an item of loot if you wanted to each steal a different car, unless you want to pile into the same one. But they will give you, I'll give you the different uses for them and different bonus conditions for them too.
Let me ask you something. Is there a hearse or a wraith or just like a very like larger vehicle available?
Hey, chat. The thing about this game is not just yes and, it's like there is now. So there is now.
Excellent. Okay, good. Just good to know. I just wanted to establish that nice and early.
Can that
It's
count
probably
as
like-
loot as well?
It's
Or
a
does it
very
have to be?
long Mercedes, obviously. That feels like it would be the right kind of fit for it. We
Excellent.
can reflavor one of these cars into the hearse. Yes, absolutely.
That would be great. Brilliant. Okay, so that means 6. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna go. Because this is I'm not making a physical attack with any of my weapons.
Mhm.
Okay. 6.
I mean, you can still add your weapons if you want to somehow bring in things that you have to add to the thing. Even if it's just like, oh, you're just gonna walk up to the entrance and then stab a guy.
Is there like a guard tower, something that I could perhaps cast? And I'm not sure how the ruins work, the explosive runes.
You tell me. You
Mm.
have runes, they explode. How do you want to make them work?
Just if there is an area, perhaps kind of with a group of folks that is not directly impeding our entrance, but maybe
There's like a
will
little
help with the-
checkpoint, yeah.
Yeah, let's just throw that over by the checkpoint. Just we got some people distracted and then an explosion going off.
It's like, oh no, I'm in danger. Boom, explosion. Where are we? Sniper team. The sniper team, as a reminder, their threat is 3, their attack is 6, which means I roll 6 dice against you with them. And their challenge is 2, which means that if you want to try taking out the threat, they will soak up the first 2 successes that you spend against them each time. Unless Astrid decides to once again just use an ability to remove all threat ratings from the situation, and then we will no longer have snipers on the roof.
If my rune is concealed, I get +2 dice, which would take me to 8.
Yes. How are you concealing the runes?
I think I'm going to like I'm picturing this with like kind of lights casting down towards the cars, but the checkpoint area should have like a pretty solid like bit of shadow next to it where the light is not casting against it. I'm gonna toss it in the shadow.
Yeah, that's concealed enough. You can get
Brilliant.
the extra die from using the runes and the extra dice in the brackets next to the concealed.
Amazing. Okay, so I'm at 9. Okay.
Creeping ever closer. They're coming for you, Blair. They're coming for that 18d6.
Right. Okie dokie. We have got
Just a reminder for chat and people watching, anything above a 4 counts as a success. A 6 is a critical, which can either activate a special ability that the players have on the character sheets, or count as 2 of any of the allocations that they choose to make. So 2 blood, 2 objectives, or 2 defense, or 2 attack.
Okay, 4 successes, no crits, 1 crit fail, and 4 failures.
There is no crit fail unless you fail on everything. So
right.
Just good with that. Just the one. There's 3 successes from my side, unfortunately. So
Okay.
what would you like to do? Would you like to defend against the people shooting at you? Would you like to just go for the objective? Would you like to pool up some blood? or would you like to attack the threat directly? Although with 4 successes, you will only really be doing 2 damage against them. Because they have that buffer of 2, that challenge rating of 2.
Right. Okay, so I think I'm going to defend and go for blood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just as a reminder, if I have 3 dice, I will be downing the character, which means you'll take 2 injuries and then someone will have to come and pick you up as a secondary objective. If you take 1 or 2 dice of attack from me, it's just a single injury. So you either defend against one of my dice or you defend against all 3. Those are like the only options of like not getting no damage at all or just 1 injury.
Right. And if I defend against, sorry, I apologize. If I defend against all 3 of them, I have 1 success to spend, or
if you
no success?
spend 3 of your successes against my 3, you still have the full success.
Right.
You
Okay.
rolled 4 successes, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to, in that case, I'm going to defend, and then I will attack on this one instead of blood.
Attacking against them with a single success will not do anything because of their challenge rating. It will be soaked up by the challenge rating.
Oh yeah. Okay. So blood then. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with my original.
Okay.
Load
Yep.
up.
So defend against all 3 and then take 1 blood. You may take a blood.
Right.
It is, it's the scene that you painted for us. You are walking up and going, "Oh, I am in distress, and there are things happening." Oh,
Don't.
Didn't
have enough time to make them.
But the explosion, I think, alerts people to your position, and even though they can't see, you are a new presence in the area, and so you can just feel and see the shots coming down in your way, and you're just fast enough to avoid most of them coming from the roof. But now you know where the snipers are. Hasn't fully alerted the infantry squad yet, so I'm not going to be adding their threat to the particular situation. So we can go to our next player who would like to follow Iryna. Or, go from a different access point to this particular location.
Are there cars in the back that don't have Iryna in them?
Iryna's not in a car yet.
But she's like, in, but like around. So like I'm picturing she's at the front gate. Can I like beep, 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 beep?
Go from the back? Absolutely.
Okay, second question. If I throw up a car and then shoot it,
Sounds like more of a Flint thing, but sure. Throwing up a whole car?
I want to use a car as a ballistic. That's what I want.
Sure.
So I want to use my shoot. And technically, I'm also good at making shit. So I want to pretend it's a ballistic.
Yeah. Are we going to be jerry-rigging some stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A car to be... Well, the thing is, I also want to jerry-rig the entire thing to explode.
Yes. I have nothing to say other than please, yes.
That's what I want to do. Okay, so imagine the scene is, I assume we have claws because vampires in every freaking universe, and like scrapes all along anything I can, just like coils of paint coming off. And then anything that I can, I want to start hot wiring them together in a way that when a certain button, like I turn a key, the entire collective just boom. Please and thank you.
It's just Chuck going through just tying shoelaces, but it's actually hot wiring cars together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I would like to do.
So what is the stat you're using for this? Fix?
Fix, and can I also, I hate using my tool belt because I love it so much, but can I use a tool belt?
You can use a tool belt. Are you jerry-rigging?
Yeah, so that's gonna be
extra stuff.
Yeah, so it's my I have 4 for fix, 1 for tool belt, 1 for jerry rigging, so that's only 6.
That's 6. Anything else?
Can I use my acid spit against the metal to help me access the wiring and machine components better?
Spit your way into every single engine. Absolutely. And it is metal, so you get bonus on that too.
Yeah, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Very good. 10 dice versus
But
my 6.
And so I'm going to take off one tool belt. I have to spend a blood for the acid. And then here we go. Oh, also, shit. So sorry. Heck. I also
Thank you. My tooth fell out. I got so shocked.
Language. I need to spend 3 blood and 1 blood to heal my shot full of holes.
Okay, yeah, that free action that can go in there. Just slurp it up.
Yeah. So I spent 1 to start my turn, spent 3 to heal that, and spent 1 for the acid spit. Okay.
Okay. Roll your dice.
Let me accumulate 10. 6.
I think while you're doing that, I will show the chat that the eyes are cut out on the cover, and also the full illustration is on the inside, so you can see the full splatter. And yes, this is glow-in-the-dark UV reactive paint, both on the Reich, the splatter, and the eyes, so that you can get a glow-in-the-dark on Iryna's face in there. What we got, Chuck?
Sorry, I'm making sure. I think I might have accidentally almost cheated, so I'm going back to math. So 4 for fix, 1 for tool belt, 1 for jerry rigging, 1 for acid spit, and 2 more for metal.
That is 9, not 10.
Yeah.
1 + 2 + 2 + 1.
No, 1 + 2 + 1 + 1 + 2.
I'm so sorry. What is this?
How many successes
Clue.
is this?
The movie Clue with Tim Curry and several other people.
I'm so sorry, Alex. I'm gonna ruin every Nazi's life. I have 6 successes, 2 of which are crits, and then I also get 1 blood because of my 1 roll.
I think that is very good, because I don't know if the camera will pick this up, because they're gonna all fall down to one side, but that is many.
Oh.
That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes on my side. None of which are crits because the GM doesn't crit.
Well,
Thank goodness.
Last time I only got 0 successes out of a 10, so this feels good for me anyway.
As I said, if you can defend as much as you want, there is no difference between defending from 1 or defending from 2. So you can defend against 4 of these successes, and those 2 dice will still only do 1 injury, those last 2 remaining dice. So if you're willing to take an injury, you can spend 4 dice to defend yourself against everything else.
What? So you got 1, how?
I got 6 successes.
Okay. I have 6 successes, but 2 of them are crits.
So those count as 2 extra successes.
So 8.
Each. Yes. So you can either defend against these successes that I rolled.
Oh, because that would be 6.
So you won't be taking 6 injuries. You will be downed and take 2 injuries in the same column. It doesn't matter, as long as I have more than 3 dice left after you've allocated all of your dice, you take 2 injuries and are downed. If I have 1 or 2 dice left after you allocate all of your dice, you take 1 injury. There is eventually going to be the right formula that I can explain this more clearly. It's still not there.
It's also a kid who learned Excel because math was too hard. So I'm like picturing math as pictures. So you're going to use 6 successes against me to shoot me.
Yep. They're just going to riddle you with bullets, and then you are going to be on the ground, unless you defend yourself against it.
I want to defend myself.
Okay. You can spend 4 of your successes to defend yourself and only take 1 injury, and still have the other 8 successes available. Or you can spend 6 of your successes and defend yourself entirely, take no injuries, and still have 2 successes available.
And if I put 4 into defense, am I fully down, or am I just 1 injury?
Just 1 injury.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Very good.
Because I would like to use my 2 crits on damaging them.
Ooh, very good, because that will be 4 versus 5, which means that they will still be up with 1 level threat on their threat, because they soak up 2.
Yeah.
Yes. Very nice. How are you taking down the snipers from the back from the explosion? Paint me a picture here.
That's a great. question.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to is this part of my
Part of
Okay,
whatever it was
cool.
that you were doing with the cars and the explosion and the thing.
Let's say that I'm on top of a car. I turn the engine. Everything explodes. I'm on the car and it catapults me up into the sky in the direction of those unfavorable people. And on my way down, I grab a couple. I shoot them. I shoot them. Of course I shoot them. I have guns. Why would I shoot them?
Yep. So again, any of you can use any of your equipment or abilities narratively. If you use them mechanically, you have to mark a use of them, and that gives you the dice. But you can use any of your equipment narratively.
I do not mark against.
Very good. So yes, so full chain explosion that then just blasts you upwards on the final roof of the car that just goes up. It's now a découpé. As you slam into the snipers on the roof and take a couple down with you. So there's still a couple left on the roof. There is still a threat rating of 1 on that one. We're going to go with Flint or Astrid. Who would like to go next?
I'll go.
Okay.
First I go over toward the German car, because that's the one
Yes.
I'm going to hijack.
Very good.
As I'm walking
Somehow
over...
completely unscathed by the explosion that was just caused by Chuck.
Yes.
And that's the ones we want to steal.
That one and the hearse.
Yes. And as I'm going to look up and find the snipers using search and throw up my machine gun and start shooting
Astrid
them
is
with
a very physical and spiritual kind of fighter with the spirits and a machine gun. Just to be clear,
Yes.
the machine gun is also there.
Yes. And I'm assuming that they've got cover because they're up high. So that
They do now.
yeah.
You know what they are, but yes, they do have some cover.
Do you need me to throw them down? I can huck them back at you.
No, having cover is good for Astrid because she gets
Yes,
bonuses
that's
from
a good thing.
Never mind. There's so much cover.
There's so much cover.
Yes.
There's all the bits
my
of
God.
cars currently raining down.
Yeah.
But I've got 3 for search, my machine gun, and enemies in cover, and I'm going to spend a blood hunt so that I can track them a little bit easier with my hunting.
Do you have any bonus conditions on the blood hunt?
Target would be fleeing.
There's a couple. I mean, Chuck is chucking a couple of them off the roof. Chucking a couple off the roof. You could count them as fleeing in that sense. That will be extra.
Charlie's
How many extra pluses do you get from the fleeing?
Just 1.
Just the 1. 7 dice for you.
Nice.
Let's roll a little worse dice over here. That's a little better.
That's 2 crits and 2 successes.
Oh, very good. That is 3 successes on my side. How are we allocating these dice?
I'm going to use one of the successes to negate a hit. I'm going to go ahead and take a hit.
Okay.
And then I'm going to spend one of the crits and reduce the threat by 3 with Apex Predator.
Very good. Sniper's completely taken out again.
And
Didn't even need all of that 3, just needed the 1. But yeah, this works. This absolutely works.
And I'm going to use the last 3 successes to take blood.
Take 3 blood. Very good. Also, I forgot. Chuck, you took an injury.
Yeah, I rolled 5. I'm mauled.
You are mauled.
Yeah, I'm going to assume that along the lines of narrative, I got a little bit of shrapnel going.
Yeah, which makes it's probably car parts currently lodged into your body in the explosion. And then Astrid, if you could roll a d6 for me as well.
I got 4, which is sigil marred.
Your sigils are marred. There is a lack of power, loss of power coming from the various sigils that are tattooed into your skin.
Yes.
Yes. Very good. Okay, the objective is still 8, but the snipers are no more, and I think by now the infantry squad is noticing that something's going on, which means infantry squad will be a threat of 6, but an attack of 3. So they only roll 3 dice to attack you, and they will be running towards an armored car, just not quite yet. Flint, it is your turn.
Okay. So no snipers, infantry on the way, but not here.
The infantry is going to be like the target that you are, the threat that you are
Okay.
engaging right now. They're just rushing to an armored car, which means that they will gain extra attack dice when they do. So
Okay.
right now they have 3 dice to attack, and they are a threat of 6.
Wonderful, except not really. I would like to race them to said armored car.
Yes.
I am going to use my grappling hook to like shoot up the garage and to get a nice pendulum momentum going here. We'll spend a blood to use my wings. Get the full, flap in, swoop down motion. We're grappling hook. How tall is this garage? Would you say it's like 3 or more stories even? How
Say it with me, chat. It is now.
It is now. Beautiful. It's going to be a wonderful 4-story garage, and it's got we're going for the armored truck on the bottom though. That's later. We'll come back to that. So we're spending a blood to use wings, grappling hook that's 3 or more stories. I would like to spend another blood as well in here to be sensing their heartbeats. That's how I'm discovering this race happening to the armored truck, keeping ear out.
They're trying to duck and weave behind the cars that haven't exploded yet, but you don't care. You just know where they are.
Exactly. So would you call that dense cover even? Ducking behind cars and
Again,
such?
there are bits of cars currently flying from the sky, and there are also cars in the garage, so yeah, there's probably dense cover.
Excellent. So we've hit. As we come down in, then I would like to use improvised projectile and spend another blood here to literally huck the armored truck that they want to use to their benefit at them. It's just a big, huge. Flinging circular motion. This is where the Ferris wheel inspiration comes in. We're gonna do a whole spin with the armored truck and knock them over.
You saw that Ferris wheel in the distance, and it's like, I can do that. I can do that.
And then we're gonna go see it because that sounds fun. But I gotta deal with these little bloody bat people first. And then you know what? While we're at it, we'll go ahead and take out the claws, because we'll need those, the steel gouging claws that we have, because those are going to be what's needed to really grip this big armored truck to slam down on them. Would I be able to argue an ambush coming from all this explosions happening around there? They wouldn't be ready for their truck necessarily to disappear.
I mean, they are heading for the truck, and the truck suddenly comes at them. I feel like that is pretty surprising.
Okay. All right.
Nice car.
So I want to make sure I've done my math right on this. I've been thinking this one out. So this is a brawl, which starts with 4. And then using my steel gauging claws as an ambush brings it up 2 to 6. The grappling hook, and then at 4 stories, it gets another 2 there. So it brings us to 9. And then wanting to sense heartbeat with dense cover brings us to 11.
Very good.
Improvised projectile, which would then be aerodynamic, brings us to 13.
Very good.
And then we have spent blood to fly for aerial combat at 15. So wings in aerial combat.
15d6 on a single
that
roll.
tastes so good.
Blair, they're 3 away from the record so far. 15d6, if you will, Flint.
Yes.
Versus my puny 3.
Okay.
2 successes, though.
That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 successes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of which are 6s.
Jesus. Okay. There are 2 successes coming from my side. Would you like to defend against them? Or are you just gonna let them shoot you? Because you could probably regain all of the blood that you just
I
spent.
was gonna say, you know what? We'll defend against them because I don't want them to have
No.
the privilege of shooting.
You can
me.
spend the crit to defend against both of them if you want.
That's fine.
Yep.
We'll spend
Okay.
a crit. Hold on. I'm clicking away my not successes so I can actually process things. Okay. We will use.
Also, Flint has an ability called Ravenous.
Yes.
Just keep it in mind.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I get all my blood back that I just spent. All 3 blood. Yeah. No, with one of these crits, I will definitely take my special back to regain my 3 blood that I just spent.
Mm-hmm.
And then we will use 2 of the regular damages that I have left. For the group objective.
Brings it down to a 6.
What are my other? Hold on, I can pull up my reference sheet.
So you can either attack the attackers, you can defend against the attackers, you can gain blood, or you can lower the objective.
We'll go ahead and use one of the crits left to attack them.
Okay, which will bring their threat rating down to a 4 from a 6.
And you know what? Let's do that one more time with another one of the crits.
Take it down to a 2 from a 6.
And then I'm gonna gain 3 more blood with the last crit.
Okay.
You know, and profit.
Yeah. Very good, very good. Let's see. This is the infantry squad. At the end of the round, they are going to get some reinforcements coming from outside of the garage, which means they're going to increase their attack to 4 dice instead of 3. Their threat rating, however, is still 2. And they don't currently have an armored car, so they whoever's left from this group is going to go for another armored car on the other side of the garage. See if they can reach that one in time. When they do, they will gain another attack dice when they actually reach it.
If they reach it.
Oh, is that?
I'm gonna spit on it.
If they reach it.
I see your car and I spit on it. Okay, which means we will go back and let's start with Chuck, who is currently just coming back down from a car roof into the middle of the garage.
I would like to spray spit on the armored car that they're coming towards as I descend from the location I currently was at.
Yes, on the roof. I guess,
yes.
just above. Just above.
I'm raining spit. It's a heckin',
It's raining Chuck. Hallelujah.
It's raining Chuck. Hallelujah.
Thank you
And,
everyone for taking that. Thank you. Let's go. Let's go.
While I'm shooting, because obviously, and so I'm shooting as I'm spitting onto metal as I descend.
You're right down regular cowboy, ain't you?
I don't get. Can I also perhaps
Probably
use my spider scurry so that when I am descending, I'm able to land like safely?
What I'm
vertical on a
imagining is
wall.
that you are on this car roof that is like coming back down again and revolving in midair, and you're just like scuttling around it to always stay on the right side of it, and then
Right.
from there just leaping down. So yes, the answer is yes. I'm trying to paint it as
No,
it
I'm here.
happens.
Great, because I was gonna either do that or like use it to hit a wall. I like this more. So we got 3 for shoot,
Mm-hmm.
1 for acid spit, 2 more for metal, and then 1 more for spider scurry.
Very good. Let's go with 7. It's going to be again an attack of 4 from them. That is 2 successes.
6, 7. A 4 counts, right? A 4
4,
counts.
5, and 6.
Okay, so I get 1 blood because of I rolled a 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have 4, 4, 4, 4, 5. So that is 5 successes.
Incredible. That is really good. Well done. It is 2 successes on my side.
So one of those is going towards not getting hurt.
Okay. Again, you
And
have to
then
defend against both of them to not take any injury at all.
2 of them are going to not get hurt.
Yep, thank you.
If I have 3 left,
Mm-hmm.
question: where are they at? Like how many hits would they take?
They can take 2 more hits and then they will be gone until the end of the round, meaning that the 3 people currently left in the round would get to do actions without having me rolling anything. The objective is also a 6. So you
Okay,
can
I'm
lower
going to
the objective
down
as well.
the monsters, the actual monsters. And then I have 1 left, and I would like to
Lower
I'm gonna
the
spend it
objective
on
or
the
get more
group.
blood.
I'm thinking I'm going to do objective because I
Okay.
gain blood pretty easily. So
Let's go to down to a 5 with the overall objective as the infantry squad. You can hear there's more coming. They're just so far away that they're not currently a threat for any of you. But yeah, these ones have just like, again, you saw them rush towards a car that is then flung against them, and then they're rushing towards another car that just melts in front of their eyes, and then you just bounce out at them and just take care of every single one. Bits of car flinging, just using your tongue to flip around them. And yeah, we Iryna, what are we doing?
Iryna is just gonna look around at the true beauty of the scene, this like falling shrapnel, the fire, and just softly, musically to herself, the hills are alive with the sound of Nazi death rattles. And she is going to shoot them just a lot, just like a lot.
Hang on, let me take timestamp for that. 46 minutes. Cool.
So I can use 3 for shoot. And
I guess probably a good idea to like stock up on some blood in this particular scene because you have no threats coming. Like I am rolling nothing for the next 3 turns because there are no reinforcements coming in.
yeah, I think I don't have much to add to shoot right now without spending blood.
Oh, actually,
but we're gonna hope for a crit so I can deadeye shot the one that was running for the car, who is now looking just very, very terrified.
Oh, absolutely. Let me just double check that I haven't misremembered the specific line about reinforcements. At the end of each round, if a threat was reduced to 0 rating, restore its rating by 1d6. Yep, end of the round. So yeah, there are 3 turns before anything can happen. But there are always narratively Nazis around for you to do stuff like drinking and killing and maiming and mauling and stuff. So
Excellent.
yes, go ahead. Roll all of that. I just don't get to roll anything.
Amazing. I'm going to use my I guess the attack rating's already 0, right?
Yes, their attack rating. I mean, their attack rating is 4, but 4. The threat rating is 0.
Oh, right. Okay, so I'm going to reduce the attack rating to 3 then, with Deadeye Shot, because I have
you don't have to do
crit.
that. You don't have to do that because there is no one attacking you.
Oh,
just spend that 6 in blood.
Good for you. They're gonzies, my guy.
Okay, I'm gonna spend on blood.
Yeah.
Get
some more blood.
So I have 5 and a 6 and a 1.
Okay. So we're going to spend the 6 on some blood and
Yep.
the 5 on the objective, or also on blood?
I'm gonna spend that on the objective.
Very nice.
Days are hard. Okay,
Good.
cool.
Plosives in
Objective
general.
is currently a 4. Let's see. We had Flint go last earlier, so let's go with Flint now, and then we'll go to Astrid. And then we'll shake it up next round.
I mean, there's obviously always Nazis, but no immediate threat.
Exactly.
So you mentioned something about a roofless car.
Well, there's several now.
Well, I mean, like one that was stylized.
One
to
was
be roofless.
intentionally roofless.
Oh,
Now there's a
yes.
couple that are accidentally roofless.
I would like
Accidentally.
to
By
find
design.
this is Flint currently picking out. He's going shopping. He would
Mhm.
like to go find his nice roofless car style. Yes.
There is Flint in the car, just for going full dog.
Yes.
Aw,
Perfect.
what a
Beautiful.
baby.
Except he wants to use this car. He wants to drive the car. And I would
Sure.
like to use my wings while driving the car to make the car fly. It's an improvised projectile, so we're gonna just I don't know how to drive. I know how to fly.
I know how to fly, and I know how to hold on to things.
Those things. So that's what we're doing. And I'm getting my car. And I'm heading back down to find everyone else and figure out what the problem is and what the next move is. I killed a bunch of Nazis and I got my
Okay.
car.
Yes. As long as you get at least 1 success, I will give you
Okay.
the open-topped Italian Speedster as a piece of loot.
Beautiful.
Right.
Since we are physically carrying this car,
Mhm.
I would argue that is my brawl
Sure.
to roll. Okay. And I spent
As the chat suggests, it is indeed a bad car now. It's the Batmobile.
Yes, it's the Batmobile. Okay.
Very
So we're
funny.
brawling.
DC, don't come for
We're
us.
flying. The mobile bat.
But there's a pun
that
I'm
is-
missing, but
There's 2 successes.
2 successes. Very good. You can add to your loot an open-topped Italian Speedster. You have 2 uses. And in brackets, ++ stunts.
Hell yeah. Would this count as a stunt if we continue to Batmobile it?
It will definitely count as a stunt if you have a car suspended in midair being carried by the powerful thighs and talons of a man-bat.
Yeah, no, that's literally it. Flint wanted his car this time.
You got the car.
I got the
what
car.
else are you doing with those successes?
I will use my 1 remaining success to lower the objective.
Remaining success, we're doing an objective. We're going to bring it down to a 3. Astrid, it is your turn.
She's gonna get into her German car and go searching for more Nazis, trying to find them herself.
Like, oh, there's no one to engage. I'll find you.
Exactly.
How are we doing this? What stat are you using, and how are you?
I'm going to use search and spend a blood for blood hunt. And
good.
I am assuming that the target is fleeing because I can't find any.
Yeah, you can't seem to find any, so they must be fleeing.
Absolutely.
That's how it works. Yes.
Yes.
So what's your dice pool total?
3 for search, 1 for blood hunt, and 1 for the target fleeing for 5.
Very good. Let's roll 5d6. I'm still rolling nothing, but I'm going to stop rolling after this one.
I got 2 crits and then 3 fails.
Okay. 2 crits. That can either give you 4 blood if you want, or you can lower the objective to a 1.
I'm gonna go with the 4 blood
Very
and
good.
actually spend 3 of it to heal an injury.
Very good. which means our objective at the end of the round is still a 3, and at the end of the round they are going to roll for reinforcements, which is there are people coming. Like Astrid, you find several that were just cowering behind a number of cars that just go like, you know what? Imagine I'm saying this in a German accent. I'm just not going to do a German accent, but we're going to have to die someday and might as well die now. We're gonna rush out. It's gonna be the threat rating is now a 5, but their attack is only a 2 because they're bold, but they're also a little reckless about this. They're just just a little shaky, trying to hold their guns, not necessarily doing a good job of it. And also there is a car that is flying just next to them, which is just a little bit weird. And the other car's just melted or exploded or stuff. I think we're going to go this round. We're going to do Flint, Iryna, Astrid, Chuck.
Okay.
As the car comes down.
Yes, no,
Probably.
Flint is going to put the car down very, very gently, surprisingly. He wants this car. He's very this is his car. And then we will turn absolutely feral, looking back over at the remainder of these Nazis coming this direction. And then I guess it's round 2, baby. Let's go. We are going to pick up a different car nearby, one of the other mini roofless cars. And we will.
They weren't to begin with, but yeah.
They weren't, but like Chuck did a great job
Chuck.
blowing things off, and it adds to the like rigidness and the sharpness and extra damage. It helps with the blood splatter.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day. So yeah, we are just going to go ahead and spend our usual 3 blood that we like to drop to sense their heartbeats as they are making this direction. Huck a giant car at people as an improvised projectile. And just fly, because if you have wings, why are you not flying?
Asking you, penguins.
And ostriches, I guess.
Yeah,
Emus,
suck it. Waste of feathers. And yeah, he's just gonna fling a car at some Nazis and then go feral at them.
So Chuck's chucking and Flint's flinging?
Yes, correct. We need to get him a little like match starter set, and then he can have some Flint and be an arsonist. Anyways, we're gonna roll die now.
Aspirations. Another boy dream. So I said they are rolling 2 dice. They were trying to get to that car. They did not get to that car.
4 for brawl. Sensing heartbeat.
Have a 4 and a 5 on the GM side.
Projectiles and winging it. That is 6 successes, 1 is a crit.
Okay. Sure. Why not? 2 successes on the GM side. Do you want to defend against these 2 with a crit?
No, I'll use 2 regular ones.
2 regular ones to defend? Very good.
I want to use my crit to get my special and get my 3 blood back.
Get your 3 blood back, absolutely.
And then we will attack the objective or further the objective with 1.
It brings us down to a 2.
Attack a threat with another.
Attack a threat with another, bring the threat rating down to a 4.
And then, you know what, we'll attack it 1 more time.
Bring it down to a 3. Very nice. Flint is just, full feral. Lands the car very gently and then just takes another car and flings it. Just like there's a very, very jarring juxtaposition of just like how much he cares about the first car and how much he doesn't about the second one.
We got the loved toy and the fetch toy.
I just imagine like the full Flint on 4, just on all fours, just with a car in his mouth. Very good.
Absolutely.
Very good. We said we're going to go with Iryna next.
Right. Okay, so Iryna is going to spend a blood to really drive home how unbelievably done all of these folks are. It's a good day to die. Okay, sure. We'll make it a really good day to die. And
So you said really drive home, and I appreciate that.
I am famous for missing puns. So we really need a pun counter. I'm going to just like shoulder my hunting rifle. Where was I storing it? Nobody knows. And just as I am like racking, shooting, so long, farewell, Elvitas, and goodbye.
You can get the kids out of musical theater. You can't get the musical theater out of kids.
No, not even once. So that would we've established it is beautiful, at least to some of us. So 5.
5 it is. Rolling against 2 of them. For 1 success.
1 crit and no other successes.
Okay. So you can again spend all of that crit against them, against the attack from this infantry squad. Or you can take that 1 injury and spend that crit on any of the other things. You can't take them out entirely, but you could clear the objective entirely if you wanted to, if everyone else consents to that.
What does
Or
everyone
you can
think?
just gain blood.
I want to end up stealing the hearse car thing or whatever we have.
Oh, that will happen. If you
Okay.
clear the objective, you take whatever you want to take from it.
I want the
okay.
German one.
We're going different cars. We're doing full wacky races out of this garage towards the next location. I see.
Excellent. Right. So if everyone's okay, I will take the injury and clear the objective.
Yeah.
Can you handle the injury?
It'll take me to a can't use plus dice, but I can heal. I have enough blood to heal. So
Okay. Roll a d6 for me for your injury.
yeah. 1.
1. Take your first column. If you haven't cleared off the first one, you can clear off the second one.
Okay,
And
so
if you
I'm
want to
now
heal
at
immediately,
abdominal puncture.
if you want to heal that one immediately, you're welcome to.
I will do that.
Also, so Astrid, I cannot give you a piece of loot because you already have a piece of loot, which is the giant shard of cross. You still have the German car. Flint still has the Italian speedster. Iryna, you're stealing the hearse.
I'm stealing a wraith if there is one, because I
Sure,
believe
yeah.
a hearse is more someone else's style.
Okay. Chuck, are you passenger princessing with anyone, or are you also stealing
I
something?
want the hearse. It's hilarious. Are you kidding me? The dead guy's driving the dead mobile? Oh my god.
Okay. In that case, let's go with both of those cars will be 2 uses each as a piece of loot. So you can use them twice in your mechanics, and it'll give you
Which are
dice
both cars?
twice.
Because we have 4 cars going.
Sorry, like everyone who gets loot, so everyone except Astrid, because Astrid already has. Unless Astrid, you want to drop the cross and keep the car.
No, I want the cross.
Cool.
Hop in.
You
So
still
it has
keep the
2
car, like
uses?
still keep the car narratively, but yeah. So it's going to be 2 uses for each car that you have. That is an actual piece of loot, and you get 2 bonuses within brackets. As I said, the Italian pizza is stunts. We're going to go with go unnoticed for the hearse. And no, sorry, bring out your dead for the hearse, and go unnoticed for the wraith.
What is bring out your dead?
You have to tell me.
Great.
I am a fan of go unnoticed.
Great. Because I was like, I want to get noticed by senpai. By senpai, I mean my friends.
And are we heading towards the Jardin des Fées, Illuminations and Amusements? Are we heading towards the concert hall, or are we heading towards what was the other area you really wanted to go to? The gallery of degenerate art.
I think our plan was
The
Yeah.
carnival.
The carnival, the carnival. The Jardin des Fées, this
carnageable.
Nazi-built amusement arcade and illuminations, popular with young soldiers looking to take girls on a cheap date. Crowning glory of the park is Europe's third largest Ferris wheel, but a wide variety of carousels, carnival games, and little displays provide plenty to do otherwise. In the rush to flee the vampire assault, civilians staffing the park have fled without shutting down the machinery. Many of the lights and attractions have been left running. As you are, all four of you, rushing up to the fences and gates of and Flint is not even driving it. Flint is just literally just flapping wings, carrying this speedster along. If I have, I have cars over there. I'll pick up a car and just see how it works. You also notice there is a tank just outside the amusement park. It is rusted. It is ground into the ground. You can see carrion birds flying in circles above the amusement park. And your vehicles seem to lurch and stop. Even Flint's, which is not being used. There's no fuel being used. There's no accelerator, no brake. There's just a lurch and a jerk and a shudder as all four of your vehicles seem to be affected by something. Your objective is to navigate a collapsing fairground while being hunted by our first Ubermensch, the Entropy Rust Witch, who is currently standing full Magneto style at the top of the Ferris wheel. And just for the sake of everyone seeing what she looks like, here she is in all her glory.
Pretty sick. It's annoying.
So, the Rust Witch, as she had her true name removed by a team of surgical occultists, uses golden technology harvested from Atlantis satellite ruins to manipulate forces of chance and decay. She's the most difficult to control of all the Ubermensch and has a penchant for wild chaos. She has raw entropic power harvested from catastrophes running through her blood. Machines malfunctions, metal rusts, supports snap, and failsafe fall in her presence. When she focuses her attention, the results can be catastrophic. Your objective for this scene is a 10, and it has a challenge rating of 1. So to clear the objective, you will have to spend 2 successes each time to land a success.
Oh. And that's
Yeah, it has a buffer.
And that's for the objective. So
That's for the objective, not for her.
So basically 20 minimum. But they
No. Like if you had like 5 successes, you could spend all 5 and you will still lower it by 4. It's just the first one gets soaked.
Got it.
You have to go over that 1 threshold each time. However, the Rust Witch is a threat rating of 10 with an attack of 6. She nasty. Do you want to know this right now, or do you want to find out when you roll it? Because she has special powers.
I want to find out later. I think it's
Okay.
narrative.
Well, you're going to find out
Yeah.
immediately. Because who we haven't had go in the last round was Astrid and Chuck. So, Astrid, would you like to begin?
Okay. I assume I see her through my windshield.
Oh, yeah, it is impossible not to see because there's this Ferris wheel. Like it's not revolving. It is just a very almost like a oscillating, but it looks like it's not fully on the support that it's supposed to hold it up. And she is just like standing on top of it. She is very visible.
Okay. I'm going to end up destroying one of my pieces. I don't know how this will work.
Mhm.
I'm going to pull out my fragmentation grenade, the last one I have.
Okay.
And one of the slivers of the cross that I pulled
Mm-hmm.
and insert it into the fragmentation grenade.
Ooh.
Hell
It's a
yeah, dude.
holy hand grenade of Antioch. You shall count to
Exactly.
3.
And looking up at her, as I throw this with my spirit fetters attached to it, destroying that
I
specific
say
thing
there are
also.
also birds above, so there are animals in the scene. If you somehow want to work that into the scene.
Yes.
Sometimes it sounds like I'm just saying things to players. It's because I know what's on the character sheet and I'm trying to help them come up with more dice.
Yes. And because unfortunately this is not an enclosed space, so I don't get the bonus for the grenade on that.
I mean, it depends where the grenade goes. Does the grenade go inside the witch? That's an enclosed space.
This is true. I plan to try and aim it that way.
Okay.
But the spirit fetters circle around me and the grenade, making my vestige horrifying. AKA I'm using Terrify.
A full Medusa, Dr. Octopus style, just like full everything springing out of you.
Yes. And as I throw the grenade, aiming for her mouth, I yell out, "Repent and be saved." Religious jargon.
Very good. Yes. Thank you. Exactly what I was going for.
So let's see. 4 for terrified, 1 for the spirit fetters, 3 for the animals, 1 for the fragment grenade, 2 for the enclosed spaces, and 1 for the sliver, along with the grenade or the jargon for 13.
13d6.
Whoa!
We're getting there. We're getting there.
What's our record so far? 13?
15.
15.
Thank you, Flint.
Had to make space.
6 dice from her.
I don't have a single crit net. That sucks.
Also, sorry to say, because her entropy field is so powerful, you have to roll a 5 or a 6 to be able to count as a success.
Okay.
Oopsie.
That's okay. I only missed out on 2 of the successes.
Okay.
I still got 5.
She got 4 successes.
Okay, so
just letting Blair know in the chat that we have Shanann before and we will Shanann again. I will help my players. I'm going to add that to the pun count.
I don't think I rolled my eyes so hard in my life. Dang.
Okay, I'm going to use 3 of them to, or no, 2 of them to block and take an injury. And then I'm going to use the other 3 for blood.
Okay. Sorry, how many to block, say again?
2 of them to block.
2 of them to block. Excellent. Yes. That will leave you with 2, which will take 1 injury. So roll a d6 for me and see where the injury lands.
That's the wrong one. Bleeding shadows.
Bleeding shadows. As your sigils have been marred, you're now losing and oozing all of the whatever spirit. Like you just cast out all of these chains and fetters out, and some of the spirits go with them. Which means that you gain a +2 to something and a -2 to something else.
+2 to sneak, -2 to terrify.
You can't quite scare people when all of your scary bits are outside of you, but it is much darker around you and you can sneak your way around. Yes. Very good, very good, very good. We do not have reinforcements. It's not the end of the round yet. We're going to go with Chuck, and then we'll move to the other 2.
I would love to do the following. My car says, "Bring out your dead." I am dead. I'm going to assume we're going to pretend that I could feel the car like bucking and, you know, classic cowboy business, try and rear it, but because it's not a cow, I mean,
it's not your first Ford rodeo?
It's not a horse. So when I pull back, it actually just spins.
It's not a Mustang.
And I'm like, guys, I'm
Just gonna
trying
have to
cool
ram it
here.
in.
I don't know enough about cars. I can't join the game. I'm just gonna
It's okay.
assume I know how to drive.
These were
Okay.
just really, really bad. It's fine.
Well, I'm gonna shift the gears into me
Ooh.
being in the back. So like I
Mhm.
spin the car, the hearse. I happen to for funsies, fall into an open casket. The casket against the back doors goes sliding out, and then it against another thing and pops back open and I arrive. So bring out your dead.
You are the dead in question, and you are bringing yourself out.
Yeah, I feel like that counts. Does it count for one card to bring out your dead, or just one bring out your dead?
You get one from the car plus the 2 pluses from bring out your dead.
Okay. And that catapults me into the really sick, cool area of the Ferris wheel. It's Ferris wheel. I forget which ones.
It is a Ferris wheel.
At the fulcrum, at the
Yes,
center rotation.
Where
point.
it looks like it should be currently attached, it is not. It is being held in place by her and her magnetic entropy powers.
Oh, I want to just spit on it.
You still probably can.
Because I also want to commandeer
You will
it.
also be right in her face.
Is she made of metal?
She has metal bits.
Can I spit on her?
Gold harvested from Atlantis.
Yeah, I'll spit on her and her Atlantic gold stolen teeth
This is what you
ripped
get
out.
for looting.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm going to I just don't have I don't know what I'm gonna do. Can I because I can't fix it. I'm not really fixing anything. I mean, I'm
You could
fixing
try.
her
You could
face.
try Yeah. Yeah. I feel like
Okay.
if you break the GM with a pitch, you should definitely take the die.
Okay, 4 for fixing, 1 for car, 2 for bring out your dead. I'll spend a blood, so then I get acid spit plus versus metal.
Very good. 10d6. That's 6 dice from her. Well, it's 3 successes.
Good
And a reminder,
average
only 5s and 6s count
against her.
against her. Yeah, in the scene where she is present, only 5s and 6s count.
Okay, not the end of the world. So 4s are out by 4, TTY never. I got 2 4s, that's fine. Okay, so I spent a blood, but then I got a blood because I rolled a 1.
Very good.
And then I got 2 5s and 2 6s.
Just a bit of a limb that you found in the glove compartment that you just carried around with you.
I mean, there's probably already a body in the coffin that was
Sure.
occupied. So, you know, like I'm in the coffin, have a little snack on my, like a car snack, and a road snack, whatever they're called, car to go, snack to go. Anyways, num.
CARRTOGGO.
You
something.
can take this car snack to go.
There we go. Thank you. We got that.
So I have 2 5s and 2 6s, and I would like to wreck her face. I mean, fix it.
Okay. She has 3 successes against you.
I don't like this. Don't do that to me.
She's doing this to you.
The dice are telling a story I hate. And so 3 downs me, doesn't it? Because even if I defend with
3
2...
would down you. You can defend against 1, and it would only give you an injury.
Okay, how many do I have to spend 2 to defend? Because if she's
You
rolling...
have to spend 1 to only take an injury, but you have to spend 3 to take no injuries at all.
Can I spend 1 crit and 1 5?
Yep, that's 3.
Okay. Just because I'm a cautious person. What's her buff? Like,
she doesn't have one. She just has, she has a threat level of 10.
Can I take it down by 3?
You can take it down by 3. We'll bring her threat level to a 7. And you see bits of her, like these metal bits that you were just spitting acid on, just starting to corrode and fall off. There's like she has nails growing out of her face that just corrode and fall out. There are these weird, like it's bits of nail and bits of screw that just are orbiting around her head like a halo. And these extra limbs that are just growing, extruding out of her body that just start falling down, creaking and cracking. But she also does drain a little bit of unlife out of you as the entropy you feel starts settling in. But it doesn't injure you, so it's fine. You're fine. It's just you can feel the pull that she is acting upon. Which means we're going to go with who would like to go last between Iryna and Flint. Okay, we're going to go with Iryna first.
Right. So my car has a ability, is it move unseen or like
Go
just
unnoticed. Yeah,
go
it'll give you
unnoticed.
2 extra dice if you go unnoticed.
Right.
So the car itself is 1 die.
I've
Go
garbage
unnoticed is an
sneak,
extra 2.
so I'm just gonna leave that for now.
You don't have to roll, like you don't have to use your sneak stat to go unnoticed. Like if you can somehow tell me that you're going unnoticed while also shooting, that's fine.
Right. Okay. I'm going to slip out of like the back like passenger door of the car instead of the front
Oh yeah.
and like go around it. And then I'm going
So
to
you're going unnoticed, not the car. The car is going straight for her.
Sure. I thought the car stopped moving.
The car is shuddering. It hasn't stopped moving yet. It is like
okay.
Right. I'm gonna slam the e-brake then if I don't even know if a car had it at that point, but we're gonna say it does.
it does now.
And I'm going to get out the back of the car. And you know what? I'm dressed in all black. This is a black car, and I'm gonna get onto the roof of that car, elevate my position a little, if you will, and again, rack my exquisite hunting rifle, and take aim. And I think it is such a gorgeous night out. I could spend a blood.
Also, all the lights are twinkling. There's
So
like all of the
pretty
fairy
and
lights. There's a
beautiful
couple. You can
surroundings.
hear like the very creepy clown music happening just because it's been slowed down by the fact that everything is breaking down at the same time. It's
Oh,
really pretty.
I love klezmer music. Amazing. So we're just going to spend up blood then for Dark Glamour. So I'm going to shoot, which is 3, and then a hunting rifle plus elevated position, so it's 5. And Dark Glamour plus beautiful surroundings, 2 more, 7.
Very good.
Okay.
Again, only 5 and 6s count. She's rolling 6 dice. She has 2 successes.
Yay, Okay, awesome. I've got 2 5s, 2 6s.
2 5s, 2 6s. That is
5s,
4
2
successes
6s.
versus her 2 successes. Again, you can either defend against these 2 or take an injury, and spend all 4 of those. Well, I guess technically all 6 of those on something else.
Right. I'm going to defend against the injury. So defending against the injury leaves me 2.
You would have to spend 2 to
2?
defend
Okay.
against the injury. Yeah.
Okay.
You
So
can spend one of the crits on defending against the injury if you want.
yeah, I'll spend one of the crits on the injury.
Cool. You still have 4 successes left.
Wait, but I only had 4 successes.
Yes, but the 6s count as 2 each, right?
Oh yes, sorry.
So you spend 1 6 on defending against 2, so you still have a 6, which counts as 2 successes, and then 2 individual successes after that.
Cool. I'm going to use my special then with the other 6. And reduce the attack by 1.
Reduce the attack by 1. Very nice. She's going to be rolling 5 dice instead of 6 from now on.
Nice. Thank you.
No problem. And then I think I'll just attack with the rest.
Attack with the rest. How many left?
So crit.
2 successes.
And then 2 successes.
You bring
2
it down to a 5. Very nice. Just shooting at her. As you can see bits of her falling off. from Chuck spitting acid onto her as like he's scurrying up the Ferris wheel, and you just take aim and take down bits of her. Now, I'm gonna roll a die. No, I'm not. I'm gonna go with Flint first, and then we're gonna roll a die. Flint,
Okie dokie.
you can feel the car underneath you just rusting very quickly. You don't know how cars work, but this feels wrong.
Frog, I don't like it. This is my bone going bad. So we're gonna use it while we have the chance. So I would like
your favorite toy.
Yeah, no, this is devastating. So we are going to first off land the vehicle. Don't worry, we're gonna get flying again in a second. We just gotta reevaluate for a minute our desire to keep this toy. And we are going to proceed to then sense the heartbeat of this rest witch while we are in dense cover behind a like game booth of some sort. I imagine some sort of like shooting range.
Sure.
So we are hiding behind that for a moment to prepare for an ambush here in a minute and get some nice dense cover. And then we will proceed to use our toy. And we're going to take it and use it like a shield, if you will. So we're going to skirt along the buildings. We're going to start flapping our wings, getting that blood going there.
Deja Vu starts playing in the background. It's full vampire drift.
We're gonna scoop up with our other available. Yeah, we're gonna leg it. Actually, we don't do enough stuff with our legs, so we'll talon claw. I want to grab one of those like strongman games that they have the hammers for that you have to hit it down on, and one of those as a improvised projectile.
Yes.
I'm going down my checklist, sorry.
You now have a flowchart.
I do, actually. This is what I do while people are doing things. I count dice. So yes, we're going to take our strongman bell, speedster card, dense card, and then yeah, we are going to proceed to use that to huck around at the rust witch. Got our stunt going with our speedster flying. And then like the goal with the arm bell guys, I want that to come down with that nice solid ding and a scratch from the claws. I think that's the narrative.
Very good. So she's rolling 5 dice.
So if I do this right, we've gotta do my math here. Brawl with 4. The claws and ambush make it 6. Flying and aerial combat make it 8. Using an improvised projectile aerodynamically with the strongman bell.
It is a speedster. It is specifically designed to be aerodynamic.
Fast.
Yep, yes. Go fast. Has a red stripe around the side of it.
Ooh, beautiful. It's gonna have many more red stripes by the time I'm done with it. And then the speedster for stunts brings us up to 13. We sensed heartbeat with dense cover brings us to 15. And then doing things ravenously makes it 16.
Ravenously is a special.
Is that a special? Okay, I thought you had to activate it before you got in melee.
So no. So if you roll a 6, you get to activate a special. A special does not give you extra dice. You just get the result that the special gives you.
Cool. Well, then we did.
So we're still on 15.
We're on 15.
Still on 15.
Yes, and that's where we're at.
Okay. She rolled 2 successes.
I just haven't. I don't want to use all of my grappling hooks yet. Because that would put me at 18. And 4s don't count. It's 5s and 6s.
4s don't count against that. It's just 5 and 6s.
You forced that time. That is 2 successes.
2 successes versus 2 of her successes. On 15 dice?
On 15 dice.
Oh, that is rough.
Well, I mean, if we counted the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 4s that are sitting here.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
F
Flint.
in chat.
It's
F
okay.
in chat. F in chat for Flint's dice.
It happens. It happens.
I also get to see how long the delay is between us speaking and the chat actually responding. There it is. It's a couple of seconds.
There it is. There it is.
So yes, so 2 successes. They take that you can take 1 injury and not defend against any of this at all.
Yeah, you know what? We might as well, because I
Sure.
can then just turn around and spend 3 blood next go around and not take anything.
Yeah.
And not worry about that.
Okay.
So
So what are you doing with the
the other 2 will use to go ahead and hit the attack a threat. Go for the rust
Okay.
witch.
I'm gonna take it down to a 3 threat rating.
Mhm.
Can I ask a question mechanically?
Yes.
So prior to this witch, we fought Nazis, and I mean she's also one, but they had reinforcements.
Yes.
So we were. It just what?
So most of the troops in the game have reinforcement rules, which means at the end of the round they gain an extra attack die, and if you've taken them down to a 0, I re-roll a d6 and they get half of their initial attack dice.
Okay.
Some of these characters don't have reinforcement rules. You haven't seen what happens with her, so she might not have reinforcements. She might not regain any power. She might do something nastier.
Oh shit.
But
okay.
she shouldn't be able to she shouldn't be able to rebuild her power. There might be some that can do that, but you're gonna find out right now what happens. Because I'm gonna roll a die.
Okay.
And it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna re-roll 5s and 6s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Flint. The car that you fling at her rusts into nothing, and you lose it entirely and completely. It is
that's sad.
unusable as it just crumples up and just crumbles into dust as it just flings over at her.
Well, that's her mistake. She just made Flint mad.
This is her rust curse. At the end of each round, after every player has acted, choose a player character. 1 piece of their equipment chosen at random rusts or otherwise degrades into uselessness. She will do this at the end of each round. But also, she's only on a 3 threat rating, and it is the beginning of a new round. Yes, I'd also hate when my car just disintegrates into rust while I'm happily driving around. Let's go with let's start with Chuck is right up by her. Let's start with Chuck at the very top. And we'll do Chuck, Iryna, Flint, Astrid.
What did you roll your dice? You freaked me out that one time, and now I'm.
I did.
Like,
I rolled to see who was going to be affected by her power, and it was Flint.
Oh. Okay.
It could have been your guns, Chuck.
That would have been the worst. Wait, stop. Would it have killed both my revolvers, like my
both
actual
Betsy
revolvers?
and Maria? It would have removed Betsy and Maria entirely.
I'm upset. All right, let's wreck her existence.
Okay. Chuck, you're in her
Great.
face.
Good. She's gonna get more spit in it. I'm so. It's fine. Spitting in her face. She's made of metal. I'm also gonna take her. I'm gonna use my revolvers. I feel like revolver. Does it count as a duel because it's her and I against each other, like a one-on-one, and that we are face to face?
Yeah, you can definitely challenge her to a duel. Like, she probably doesn't understand what it means, but you'd still see it.
Yeah. Active spit. And then we'll do shoot, which I think is 3. So only 8.
Okay, roll 8 dice. She is rolling, thanks to Iryna. 5 dice. 2 successes.
I'm going to turn into feral Flint and get 1. Okay. The world isn't over. I got 3 successes in that. 2 of them are 5s and 1 of them is a 6, so technically 4.
Okay. Very good. Well done.
So
Still 2 successes, so she can still cause an injury.
Yeah. I have to mark off that I shot my cool, beautiful Betsy and Maria.
You did use Betsy and Maria.
I will. So she got 2 successes, which is 1 injury, correct?
Yes, there will always be 1 injury.
Okay, so I would like to take the injury and invest all 4 successes into downing her.
Ooh. 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 Spend 3 successes on downing her, because that's all you need to take her down, and then you can spend the 4th one on something else.
Okay, well then 3 on downing her and 1 on the objective.
There, 1 on the objective will not go through because of the challenge rating. It'll soak
Yep,
up.
1 on blood.
There we go.
Great. So that. Yep.
Tell me what it looks like as you're up here on the Ferris wheel, just crawling up to her face, just full scuttle in her face. Take out revolvers.
I didn't do the spider scurry, but if I did, I could have added 1.
Oh, just like, narratively.
Okay. Well,
Chuck just scuttles around.
Great. Okay, so I'm scuttling. We're scuttling. We're a little scuttlebug. We're up at her grills. We're right there. I already spat on her a little bit once. I like burp, go, oh, I'm so sorry. And then like the whole like wah, and then wham, and then while also and so it's a one of those all
and then I kick her.
But I also would like to kind of imagine, if you will, the guns go into her like torso because she's melting at least part 1 already.
And so a frag grenade went through her mouth earlier. So
yeah. So like there's unnatural orifices in which my guns can already sort of just dig into. So I feel like
it's a very holy scene, if you will.
But I'm going to also
it's actually 11, Jess.
That the guns are treated with anti-acid because they're mine, so obviously they would have to be. So they're fine in the situation. Please and thank you.
Very good, very good, very good. As bits of her, yes, 11, thank you. As
does
bits,
some of the acid spit get into her like mouth and stuff? Like, is she rotting from the inside as well?
Yeah, of course. And as she does, as bits of her start falling to the ground, and as the entire fairground starts collapsing around you as well, because it looked like it was mostly just held together by this entropy, and now the entropy just like imploding onto itself. You can all take a bite. You can all take a slurp, a sip, a gulp, however you want to. However you want to imbibe whatever is inside her. And as you do, as you taste stinging nettles, pop rocks, and tonic water as you drink of her blood, you all get to unlock one of your advances. You get to choose one of your 3 advances that you now have forevermore going forward. You just choose one of the 3, and it just becomes one of the abilities that you now have available to your actions.
I should have researched this earlier and made a better choice. Holy cow.
But also, it is Astrid, Flint, and Iryna's turn, as you still have an objective of 10 to take down. And now that she's gone, that tank, the crew from the tank, they're coming out shooting. Because they're no longer scared of what she's going to do to them, because she can now, she's not there. So they can.
But the tank is rusted, right?
The tank itself is rusted, but the crew.
And their guns stayed the same?
They are just coming along. They don't have much. They have an attack of 2 and a threat of 4. They're just looking at bits and stuff.
The hustle will never finish, dude.
Hustle will never finish, but yep. Threat of 4, attack of 2. As they're going to come out shooting from wherever they were hiding. Who is going to go next? I'm going to say Astrid, and then Flint, and then Iryna.
Okay.
Astrid.
Well, I'm going to... just because I want to see what it's like narrative to do this. I'll heal after the round.
Okay.
I'm going to pull out another sliver of the cross and sneak up to these people in the tank that are coming out. And as I sneak, I'm hunting, trying to find these people. And as I get near them, I yell out, "Search for Jesus. He's the one true light."
There it is. Religious jargon ×2. Second use of your. Oh no, you have 3 uses of your cross.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you have 3 shots.
And I've been marking them. And I narratively use my machine gun to shoot the sliver. Okay, I'm not using my last use of it.
Yep, very good. Yeah, you're just shooting but not using the dice from it.
But because I'm sneaking, which is normally a 2, but I'm bleeding shadows, so I get a +2 to sneak for a total of 4. Blood hunt for 1, the cross and jargon for another 2. And they're coming out. Well, they're fleeing away from that gal, so that would be target fleeing under the blood hunt.
Yes, well done. You are playing against me on this one. Very good.
And I am going to hurl this like a poltergeist because of the shadows around me. My advancement, I took Spirit Storm.
Ooh. What does Spirit Storm do?
Spend 1 blood and hurl things like a poltergeist. +2 if it's something sharp and heavy. It is sharp because it's a sliver. So I get 2 more.
Okay, so you spend 1 blood to get 3 extra dice from the Spirit Storm.
Yes. And I think that's it.
Okay, how many dice is that in total?
8, 11.
Okay, 11. I'm going to roll these 2 individual dice for 0 successes, which does mean they gain another die as they fail so badly that someone comes and helps them.
She's gone, so I get my 4s back now, don't I?
Yes, you do get your 4s back.
Okay. I got 2 crits and 4 successes.
Very good. And again, they're doing nothing to you, so you can spend them however you want to.
I'm going to use 1 of my crits to heal up those 2 blood that I spent. And then the other 6 successes I'm going to use toward the objective.
Okay, so 6 minus 1 is 5, which will bring the objective down to a 5 from a 10. You have 5 left on the objective with a challenge rating of 1, so there is 1 buffer. There's still a bunch of... Now, one of them found an extra gun just lying on the ground, so they have an extra gun now, so they have 3 attack dice. Still a threat of 4, but you have done your turn. We said we're going to go with...
And I'm going to heal 3.
Spend 3 blood.
Or spend 3 to heal 1.
Very good. I'm guessing you're healing the mechanical one, right?
Yes, the bleeding shadows.
Yeah, very good. Flint, it is your turn.
Okie doke. So we are gonna go deal with these tank guys. So from
It's Flint. It's just please tell me. It's Flint doing the full rolling in dead body thing.
I mean, probably, yeah.
Okay,
He's
okay.
been enjoying just kind of does a little digging action here and there, and then here's the whole like everybody else is coming and just
We don't see Flint on the camera for a while, and then just the head appears.
Yep, as it should be. And we are going since we were hanging out on the Ferris wheel. Step 1, of course, is sensing these guys' heartbeats as they come out of the tank and are shooting, and I'm searching them out from my vantage point. And I would like to take one of the carts from the Ferris wheel and just remove that from the Ferris wheel. And we're gonna do a little, spin some blood, do some flappy to get a good angle where we can chuck this cart projectile, but I don't want to let go.
You're using it as a ballast.
It's a slingshot, yeah.
Okay,
as a ballast,
sure.
yes. But I'm going to use my newfound abilities to ooze form into the walls of the cart. So that when it goes rolling through all of these Nazis and crashes into the tank, I can surprise jump out of the walls of the cart, full feral dog form, and start shredding them with
That
my
is
claws
wild,
and
I
ambush.
would hate to see that kind of thing actually happen. But I love that it is happening because it's happening to Nazis.
It's happening to Nazis.
Way more fat. That's cute as
not
heck.
good people. Yeah, just ooze and gross, and it's absolutely disgusting because the doors just start leaking bat gore and goop. But that's brawling with the heartbeat and dense cover brings it to 6. Improvised and aerodynamic brings it to 8. Ooze form 10. We're at 14 on that.
Very nice.
We have an average we're coming out to.
It'll be 4s also count again, so 4, 5, and 6 are all successes, and we have 2 successes from these shooting tank crew.
We have 6 successes, one of which is a crit.
Incredible.
So we are going to use, you said how many successes?
2 successes from them.
So we're going to use 2 of our regular successes.
Very good.
To not deal with that. The crit.
No tanks.
No tanks. None of that. It got absolutely. It just keeps rolling. I hit it with enough force. It's gone.
Mm-hmm.
It can also disintegrate. We'll use the crit success to activate my special. I want all my blood back, please, and thank you. And then we will, with the remaining 3, I'd like to use 2 on the objective, 1 on the threat.
2 on the objective will lower it by 1.
Okay.
The threat is currently at 4, spending it against 1. I mean, they're only rolling 3 attack dice.
Okay.
They will gain another attack die at the end of the round. So unless you take them out, like it'll still go up.
It don't matter. Okay. Then yeah, let's just use the 2 on the objective, and then I'll gain 1 more blood.
Okay. Objective down to 4. Threat rating is still a 4. Attack dice is 3. And you get more blood. And then it'll be Iryna.
Okay. So now with the rust Ubermensch out of the way, I can throw the Wraith back in gear.
Yeah, it's like there's a bit of like it's very Alberta style now. There's like rust inside all of the what's it called, the wheel wells. There's like the underside is just a little bit grazed off, but the car is still potentially active. You've used it once, so you still have 1 more use of it.
Right. Oh, I was supposed to add a die for that. I did not. Right. I am going to get back in the driver's side of the car and rack my hunting rifle, not the exquisite hunting rifle, just like regular usage of the hunting rifle. And am I right to assume that this is a carnival of this time? There are likely animals currently being held captive for the
Lions and tigers and bears, absolutely.
fascist. Yeah, some would say. I'm just going to start shooting the locks off their cages and hoping that they have a taste for Nazi flesh the way that the rest of us do. And just like, don't
Lions and tigers
break
and
me
Blairs.
off.
Yes. Thank
Yeah.
you, Blair. Blair made a pun. I'm a little surprised. Gonna add that to the counter. We should be at 13.
I've never been accused of knowing how to count.
Which is a vampire pun.
14.
Okay. Tell me what the total of your dice pool is. Also, Astrid, there are animals around now again. Just saying.
Right. So that'll be
They're rolling 3.
3 for shoot. And so I think I'm gonna spend a blood and ignore the challenge on the threat.
The threat does not have a challenge. The objective has a challenge.
Objective, sorry.
Yeah.
So I do not do that then.
Yes. It is 1 success from them.
Okay. Right. Crit and a success.
Crit and success.
Yeah. Sorry, just 1 second.
1 second as I cough my lungs out. And we're back.
Yeah. So sorry, that was how many successes?
1 success from them.
1 success. So I'm gonna spend the 1 success to block. And then the crit for
You spend it against the objective, it'll come down to a 3. Or you could gain blood.
You know what? I'm gonna gain blood. I kind of need it.
Yep, that's fair.
Alright.
Which means at the end of the round, no one's equipment rusts because the rust switch is dealt with. But we do add another attack die as they find a bigger gun. And they're now still threat rating of 4, attack rating of 4. Which means that they're now attacking with 4 dice. They feel a little stronger because you're just kind of like playing with them. Especially Flint is literally playing with them. But yeah, the ones that you were able to take. Urvy looks a little bit too pleased about that. Yes, means that we only have 4 left on the main objective. We have a challenge rating of 1, which will soak up the first one, and we have a threat rating of 4 and attack rating of 4. Let's do this is going to be very quickly. We'll take a break at the end of the scene. Then we'll move into a final scene for the night. Who would like to go first? I don't have any narrative positioning for any of you that would make this make more sense. I guess Flint actually is probably closest to. He's full flubber in their faces now.
Yes. You know what? We're gonna keep this very simple this time.
Mm-hmm.
I say that we are going to continue to use this ooze form because this is new, and so Flint is really enjoying trying out a new thing that he is. It's a new trick. Look, Astrid,
you can teach an old dog a new trick. Yeah.
Look at this. That's his goal. So he's going to once again. He'll ooze forminess into the car. We'll go back and we'll go into the tank this time because that sounds fun. It's bigger. There's more weird places to squeeze through. And we'll gloopy gloppy all through those walls before coming out and just flinging and tearing and ripping Nazis apart.
Good for Flint. Finally coming out.
Yeah.
Coming out of his cart, and he's doing just fine.
No. Fine. He's doing great. He's doing phenomenal. He's having a fantastic time. This has been one of the best days of his undeath.
And I'm feeling good.
So we'll do the 4 for
Everyone's
brawl.
so musical tonight.
We'll ooze form it in the walls. And that's it. That's all we're doing. We're keeping it simple.
Roll them up.
That's going to be a whopping 6d6. I think this is the lowest amount of d6 I've rolled.
Oh.
That's 2 successes.
It is 3 successes from them.
Those nasty
That's not.
buttholes.
Yeah, that's mean.
It's a little mean.
That's a little mean.
It's a little mean. What are we gonna do? Are we gonna defend
I would
against
like to.
at least one?
Can I use my flashback? Because that's 2 successes.
That's 2
or
successes.
fewer?
You can use your flashback. Well remembered. Anytime you roll
Ooh.
2 successes or lower, you can drop into a flashback. Roll a d6 for me.
Yeah. That's a 6.
Sabotaging a field gun with improvised explosives is the general framework of the flashback. And roll a second d6 for me.
A 4.
A 4. One of the other characters taught you a few tricks. What was the most important lesson? As you were sabotaging this field gun.
Yeah, we're really my job anytime it comes down to sabotaging things is distraction / bodyguard. So really I am just standing around Chuck, if that's okay. You jerry rig a lot of things, so it seems appropriate. Over there bodyguard and Chuck while he is getting this gun all situated. We're trying to improve the distance on it so things go really big boom from a really far away, because the very important lesson that Flint is learning is that you don't want to get hit by shrapnel because it'll make boo-boos to your already messed up wings.
I like to think that before that point, Flint was just going through, just like kept launching himself onto grenades and shrapnel.
Grenades, yeah, absolutely, because if they
Ball.
will boom, yeah, fetch. I gotta bring it back.
Every time someone threw a grenade, Flint would just chase after it.
And then sometimes it would get
Training
like
to get out of
halfway
that.
back before it just boomed, exploded, and then the nuns had to get rushed out to the field a couple of times.
Yep, every time. It's just like, oh, is it Flint again? Okay,
But
add
he's
2
learned.
add 2 dice to your pool and re-roll all of them.
Okay,
I really
so
like that. That's a
8.
really good scene.
I think I also had one where I was fixing a giant gun to break it in this case, and Flint was my.
There's lots of stories where Chuck and Flint are doing things. Wow.
Any better?
3 successes.
Hey, that's more than 2. So what have we learned, Flint? We roll more than 6 dice.
Yes, correct. 15 dice is optimal. More is better, but
11 is acceptable.
That's average. We'll take it.
So versus 2 successes. 3 versus 2.
3 versus 2. Yeah,
you can
I
either
don't
defend
want,
against both of those, or you will take an injury if you leave one up.
I refuse to take injuries. I don't want to. Like, the Nazis ruined my home.
Okay. Yep.
They don't get to ruin any more
So
of me.
2 successes spent against 2
2
successes. on this
successes,
side,
yes.
And what are you doing with the last one?
And then the last one will be furthering the objective.
1 will not be enough because it has the buffer.
The challenge rating, yes. Okay, blood.
Okay, let's get some blood. Let's get some blood. Which means, so Flint was rushing at them, and then Chuck was over there. Chuck, you're going to go last on this one. I think we're going to have Astrid, Iryna, Chuck.
Okay.
As your shadows just finally like soak back into, and your tattoos reform on your body, Astrid.
Yes. And as they do, the first thing I'm gonna do is finish healing the last injury I have of Sigil's Marred.
Mm-hmm.
And then I look over at them and I just extrude my shadows once more, yelling at them and walking menacingly toward them, just with the machine gun in hand, not really, more for flavor, shooting at not using it. So I'm going to spend a blood for my spirit storm again. And then terrify, which is 4 for total of 5, I think. Because
Yeah.
I don't have anything sharp or heavy. I guess I'm shooting at them with my heavy machine gun.
Are you throwing something sharp or heavy though?
Yeah, I'm not throwing anything though.
I mean, whenever I ask a question like that,
Actually-
it's more of an invitation to tell me what it is that you're
Actually,
throwing that is
I
sharp and
think
heavy.
I like pick up a bar stool because I'm sure there's high top tables
Oh yeah,
around.
I'm sure. Yeah.
I
They
pick
might
up a
also
bar
be like
stool.
those the guns using for the shooting range that Flint and Chuck were playing with earlier.
Yeah, I pick something just random up in the carnival and throw it at them.
Yep. Because I just test a couple, see how heavy they are, and then you find the right heavy one and just it's
Yeah. So that's 7.
7 dice versus 4 of theirs. For 1 success from their side.
I got 4 successes.
Very good. 4 successes. Do you want to take the injury? Do you want to defend against it?
I'm going to defend against it with one of
Okay.
the successes, and then the other 3 put toward the objective.
Okay, that will bring the objective down to a 2. We have 2 to go with 1 challenge rating left. The tank squad is still getting a little bolder now. Like they found the guns. Like you keep taking them out. Just every now and then, just like something just gets chucked at them. Sometimes it's Flint that is chucked at them. Chuck still hasn't done anything to them.
I have chucked Flint before.
Yes, but how much Flint can a chuck if a chuck could chuck Flints? I guess.
Yeah,
I
mean,
almost
Another
got there.
pun.
Well, not really a pun. That was more of a stretch.
Say it
it was
for
a
them fast.
cultural reference.
How much Flint can I chuck? How much Flint can I chuck if a chuck could chuck Flints? No, I can't do that too fast. I can do the regular one. But anyway, I wouldn't do that. Let's go with. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with, we said, Chuck last, so Iryna, you get to go next.
Okay. Here. I have freed the animals. I am still in my car, which I'm just
Yes.
driving around.
You are
not
just driving, just narratively.
fun.
You're just not using
Just
this car.
fun. I am being very obvious with the car, in fact. You know what?
Deja Vu starts playing in the background.
I'm gonna hammer it in reverse, actually, and just can I use that, like, can I shoot the back end of the car, if you will, at the Nazis?
Yeah.
That's I thought you might say that. Brilliant.
There was
Right.
this one game of Hunter the Reckoning that I played in one time that I built the entire scene relied on me being able to explode the car by shooting into its gas tank, which is not how cars work. And it was very disappointing because the entire thing revolved around me doing a film thing instead of a real life thing. But in this case, real life? Never heard of her.
Don't know her. Don't want to know her.
She doesn't go here anyway.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know, she's from Canada.
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
Get in, loser. We're going Nazi sucking.
I'm gonna spend a blood for can this be the time to use Hell's Ravenous Fire?
This could be the time to use Hell's Ravenous Fire. Remind us what Hell's Ravenous Fire does.
If I spend 1 blood, I can ignore the challenge on my next action against a threat.
It is still not a threat. It is an objective.
Don't know why I'm getting that mixed up. So in that case, I'm going to spend a blood and dark glamour it because it's a really nice car. Like really nice car. And just the tigers are ripping into Nazis and the bears are roaring and just it's really stunning. It's beautiful out there.
I feel like there is a pun in here somewhere. There's something about a tiger tank somewhere.
Probably. I don't know. Yes, I'm gonna roll 7, because 3 for
7 is
shoot,
good.
2 for
7 is good.
car. Okay.
Versus their 4 for a single success.
Picking my dice very carefully. Not all been agreeing with me tonight. One crit, and 2 successes, and
Good.
2 ones.
Would you like to defend against the attack against you?
I would.
Cool.
Yes.
Does that leave you with 3 successes?
That will leave me with one a crit and then 1 success. So
You could clear the objective if you wanted to, and if Chuck is amenable to it.
How are we feeling?
I had a cool move planned at the end.
You can do a cool move.
You can do the cool move.
I will do the cool move after then, because I mean, it's just for funsies.
No, you can do the cool move on your next turn.
Okay, then clear.
All right, let's clear it out.
Let's clear it out. And Chuck, narratively, actually, Iryna, tell me how you get everyone out of this fairground, and then Chuck, you can add your narrative bit onto the cool move.
So I plow into however many Nazis that Chuck doesn't need for Chuck's thing. And just
Flint is still dripping off a couple of them. There's just like bits of Flint ooze everywhere.
Yeah, it's that like chaotic scene. They're screaming at each other, fire, animals, and then a really, really nice
Get it off me! Get it off me!
Just slams into frame and takes a bunch of them out. And then I use my magic powers that I have to open the car doors. Just so they're nice and ready for everyone to pile in if they need to.
Everyone can get into the clown car with stuffies and carnival prizes that Flint is just like ravenously gathering from around, chucking into the car. Sorry, Chuck. What is your little epilogue for this scene as we go into a break?
Okay, so here's the plan. 6 for 4.
Yes.
Acid spit against metal.
Yes.
But I have spider crawl to the thing.
Yes.
And the cool little update, because not to reawaken more things with Chuck, because everyone's already like, spit. I gotta do some research. Now we have a prehensile tongue that is several yards long. Ladies, you're welcome. So I'm gonna spend that. Boom. I'm not gonna restrain, because what I would like to do is basically scurry down a little bit, tongue out, lick the whatever's holding the Ferris wheel still where it is. I would like to spit lick acid in that area so it no longer is stuck. And then with my yield nasty tongue, nice sexy tongue, I'm going to take it and yay! And with the power of a million Chuck monsters, put enough spin on the Ferris wheel that it goes careening into the night.
Yes, absolutely. Roll all of that. I will still roll against you because it makes sense. But you could say that you were doing this lickety split. That is
does the
0
silence
successes.
hurt more, or
The
Hey, I
silence
was over
does
here
hurt
giggling.
quite a bit.
4 acid spit, metal, spider scurry, tongue, 9. Okay, sorry. Math has to happen on hands.
0 successes from me.
Well, get ready.
Is it a Ferris wheel or is it a feral wheel at this point?
Well, it's going off.
Didn't you do a spider climb also?
I did. Thank you for reminding me, because I keep forgetting that I have that as a possibility. Cool. So I rolled 1-1, so I get 1 blood back. Goodbye. Then I rolled a 5, 2 4s, and 2 6s. I don't think I've rolled this well in a lot. Whoa, that's a washed out Emily. Okay,
Chuck got a little bit too excited, and his pale pallor just came through.
Yeah, I have a really nice moon tan, if you will.
Yeah.
It's the skin of a killer Bella. I'm so glad I gotta use that.
Increases.
2 6s, 1 5, and 2 4s.
Very
So
good.
2,
You
3,
can
4,
spend
5,
it
6,
on
7.
whatever you want. Do you want it all in blood?
What else can I use it on?
Well, they didn't roll any successes, so you can't use it to defend. You could take them out if you want, but it's not going to do anything to the scene.
Yeah,
But
okay,
if you want the
so
satisfaction of taking them out as you go through, you can spend 4 successes to do that.
they're already. I want the success, but I know we've already won. Like I don't have to fight them. I just want
Just take all the blood.
snacks.
Take all the blood, and then
And
you can
because
spread it around.
the Ferris wheel was full of people, I just nom 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 nom. Like it's like a what is it called when the sushi conveyor belt?
On a conveyor belt.
It's like a sushi conveyor belt of blood. Oh, this is so lovely. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 blood, right?
Yes.
Are you coming up with a pun right now?
No.
Okay, so I have 7 blood. Yeah, I have 7 blood. That's just I
7
need
blood.
this.
There we go. 7 blood. In it goes.
1,
Into
2,
and
3.
as
4,
Chuck is
5,
just
6.
slurping out just corpses as they get picked off the Ferris wheel as it wheels off into the night, into the Parisian night. Ahead of them, behind them, doesn't really matter. We are going to go into a quick break. We're going to take what do you think? 5 minutes, 6 minutes, couple of minutes, at least 5.
Yeah, can I have like 6 because I should feed my cat?
Let's go. Let's go.
Thanks.
5 to 10 minutes. We were being told by the disembodied void of technology. Well, at least 5, not more than 10. In the meantime, if people would like to win a digital copy of the book Eat the Reich that we are playing tonight, I will give you a countdown, and after I start the countdown in the chat, write the word. We're going to go with tongue. No, actually, we're going to go with spit. There's been a lot of spitting again tonight. We're going to go with spit. So just type the word spit in chat after I give you the go, and I will then pick one at random who will win a digital copy of the book, thanks to Rowan, Rook and Decard, who are offering their contribution to the stream. We'll see you all in a couple of minutes. And we are back, I am told. I'm going to say it one more time just in case. We are back. During the break, we roll to see who of the people in chat are going to win the digital copy of Eat the Reich from Rowan, Rook, and Decard. It is Queen for Rogue, who I believe is our very own Queenie playing Astrid tonight. Congratulations, Queenie. I will be in touch with you with the digital download code that you need to get the copy. And as our heroic, ferocious, ravenous, blood-soaked, covered vampires have bested the fairground and the Rust Witch, their first Ubermensch, we are going to be heading to our next and final location for Sector 2, which, as we said, could be a number of things. We have a concert hall in the distance. We have an exhibition of degenerate art. We also have the Museum of European Warfare, should that be of interest to anyone. The German Technology Pavilion, far in the distance. And again, every now and then you hear this very distant howling coming from somewhere towards the tower. Where would we like to go next? You want to catch a show at a concert hall, or do we want to go take a look at some paintings in the exhibition of degenerate art?
Is it degenerate art or generative art?
Degenerate art. It's probably just...
Whose definition of degenerate is this?
Oh, it's obviously the Nazi definition.
So like
so this might
anything
be
that
art
isn't
that we
classical.
like.
Yeah.
It's
modern Bauhaus pop culture. We got some data in there.
Okay, I'm gonna give you just like the first line of it, which is just collection of art that Nazis deem antithetical to German values.
Yeah. So anything that isn't classical.
Badly framed and hung, surrounded with mocking commentary.
I really
Does the war one have a lot of things too? We could perhaps jerry rig, for instance.
The war one, as in the Museum of European
European
Warfare.
warfare.
I will just say we have been on a musical theater bend all night.
Yes.
That is
Concert
That's
true.
true. We could do the
That
concert.
is
That's
true.
fair.
We're gonna go to the concert.
And you know what? As an actual like trained production theater kid, I can figure out what technology to jerry rig. No
Theater
problem.
tech.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's stuff that you can jerry rig. You can use your tool
Yeah.
belts for anything you want, but this was once festooned with beautiful, if gaudy 17th century decor. It has all been ripped out and replaced with stock architecture, on-the-nose murals of hard-working Germans, and the place seats about 1,000 at full capacity, but it's nowhere near full, as the people fled when they heard that vampires were coming. So there are no civilians left. There are some people still in the theater, but they are not civilians. Unfortunately for the performance, there is also an Übermensch by the stage name of Demon Blood. One of the people who didn't flee and is now demanding that they finish the performance as planned, ordering that all doors be locked once you reach inside the theater. It is Wagner, of course, Hitler's favorite. And by the time the vampires arrive, the singers are rushing through the second act. Each time one of them misses a note, the Demon Blood executes another trapped audience member. Your objective for this one is to hustle through the corridors, make your way towards Hitler, ignoring the Übermensch, and it's just an objective of 4. Very simple, very easy. It just so happens to have Franz Vogel, the Demon Blood. Let's give you a little visual on good old Franz here.
Ghost the Band is now all I can think of.
Yes, very fair. Demon Blood's real name is Franz Vogel, and he's a popular movie star. It's a popular movie star. After some indiscretions around torturing and killing his co-stars came to light, the Reich stepped in to make the allegations go away in exchange for his participation in the Übermensch program. As the vampires close on Hitler and Paris burns, Franz takes the opportunity to engage in some cruelty whilst at the opera. He looks normal, striking, handsome even, but when he grows angry or frustrated, he gets obsidian black ichor pumping thick through his body like molasses, thanks to the implanted heart of a lesser demon in place of his own. Horns, teeth, and claws sprout from his skin and rend foes asunder. They snap off in the wound, and more bust through ragged holes to replace them. His threat level is 12, his challenge rating is 1, and he has an attack rating of 4. Shall we? As I said, the scene itself is only a objective of 4, but Franz, the Demon Blood, is a threat of 12 with an attack of 4 and a challenge rating of 1, and the scene is objective of 4.
Challenge 1 means we have to clear at least 1 to hit, right?
Yes, it means you need to spend.
Yep.
You need to spend 2 successes to get 1 through.
Yep.
So, who would like to go first? Let's see. We had Chuck went last time. Let's begin with Chuck, and then we'll do. I will roll for everyone else. Go Chuck, then Flint, then Astrid, and end with Iryna.
I would love
Sorry, to repaint you the scene. You are inside the theater. The theater, like you made it in as people were making it out, and you are finding your way through the theater. All of your vehicles are left outside as you made your way in and then out again. Iryna probably saying a very fond goodbye to the Wraith. Just a little, not really wanting to let the last finger off it. But then, yes, making it through, and then all of the doors are locked and thudded and shut behind you as the second act of the Wagner opera is playing.
Where are we? I mean, I should know this. This is embarrassing. In terms of technology of the 40s, are we still kind of using gas lights, or have we upgraded to filaments so far?
There is some filament.
Okay. I would love to go to front of house, which is the place that you mix your stuff. I would like to absolutely drink the blood of the Nazi if I can, who's controlling the sound booth and the lighting booth, as well as a stage manager, and if there's anybody else around. I don't think there's a projection designer. And I would like to
just wait until I
crank
just stare
the
into the distance
gain.
as Emily just like speaks technical terms at me, and I just like
Crank the gain.
I
on
understood
everything.
all that.
And so in such that it causes immediate and very aggressive feedback. While I
yeah.
also, again, I don't know how the boards are working, but I'm gonna just say channel 1 to 300 at. So it's full bright, full lights, full.
Those sure are words
wattage.
you're saying.
Look, I have 1 degree and I gotta use it sometimes. So there's feedback that should be hopefully very awful. I, by the way, acid spit my way through. I'm sure it was a locked door of metal, or whether it was
I'm sure
like...
you had to get through a door at some point, and
Yeah.
the door was no longer there because you spat at it.
Yeah, and because it's just one man, I have to use my tongue as well. So that I can control 2 boards at once, right?
Sure.
It's like you have your lighting console and your sound console, and they're separate. And I mean, I could probably use 2 hands, but I'm not going to do that. So yeah, I would like to do all of those things.
Yeah. How many dice are you rolling against me?
I would have fix, acid spit, metal, tongue. Yeah.
Did you spider climb up to it?
I sure did.
Very good.
I mean,
It's a
usually it is from an elevated position. Often the tech ledge is called a tech ledge because it is a higher place for better calling point. So obviously,
Which would mean low ceilings on the tech deck.
would that count? Because I was picturing like the space itself.
The space
What-
itself is
okay.
probably like there might not be a low ceiling in the entire building, but it might be a low ceiling in the space where you are right now.
Am I allowed to do that?
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Because I was like nerfing myself this whole time, being like, if there's one tall ceiling, I'm ruined.
We've been talking about beautiful surroundings as everything is burning and falling to ashes. So, you know.
Beauty is objective. I mean,
Yes.
subjective.
And so are ceilings. You heard it here first, folks. Ceilings are subjective.
404, the
Go for it.
neurospicy kid.
10d6.
Okay.
We're going to roll 4d6. I'm going to roll them close to the mic to see what it sounds like for 2 successes.
Also, thank you to Astrid / Queenie.
You're welcome.
Whoa, I got a lot of blood today. Sorry, I know my mic's over here. Okay. I have 4, 5, 6, and 3 ones, so I get 3 blood. I'm just rolling in it. Thank God, I was getting real nervous there. But I spent 2, so I get 1 blood.
I think as you're rushing through the different corridors and just like bursting your way through different doors and reaching your way up, you see there are like just bits of horns and talons just lodged into the wall where it looks like people might have been stabbed with them. You see he just like rips off bits of himself and uses them to take things out, and there's just everywhere, all over the place. He has a bit of a temper, a bit of a prima donna, if you will.
You know what, though, and I say this with love, working with artists, they have a lot of feelings, and you just have to be able to work around
He just
it.
also happens to have a demon heart.
Yeah, it's a real I mean, for the couple that I would say.
Like, pick a struggle, you know?
But they haven't led me to any, anyways, 4, 5, 6.
Yes.
What did you roll?
2 successes.
Okay. So I need to spend 2 successes not to get hurt.
You need to spend at least, yes, you need to spend 2 to not take any injuries.
And then he is objective challenge 1.
He is a threat of 12 with the challenge 1. If you take him down, you gain another advance, but you can also clear the scene with only 4 successes and get out of here. You don't have to focus on him.
See, the thing is, I have an advance. I was having a real rough go. This is Emily speaking. I had a rough go picking between my advances, and so I selfishly
then take him down.
Don't want to have to make choices. So this is me eliminating that having to make a choice. I don't have a gender, and I'm bisexual. You want me to make a choice? Absolutely
choose
not.
everything. Yeah, choose everything.
So yeah, I would like to use my crit and take him down by 1, so he's at 11.
Very good. Doing maths for me. And is that all of your successes? Because using the other 2 to defend yourself against the attack, correct?
Yeah.
Very good. And I don't remember who I said. I think it was Flint next. Flint, and then Astrid, and then Iryna. Flint, you're in a theater.
This is the most like sophisticated place Flint has ever been.
Although you did take out an opera general, like a Nazi general at the theater at some point in the past.
That is true, but this one seems, I don't know, different.
Mm-hmm.
There's more people screaming at this one, I think, is really the big difference to it.
In the other one, there was only one person screaming. This
yeah,
one, there's a lot more people screaming.
A little stealthier last time. We kind of got in and
yeah.
out surprisingly. This is very loud. So we definitely like step 1 is sensing everybody's heartbeats through the dense cover of just the walls and the building itself. Step 2 is I am now going to like always be carrying a plushie. Whether it's shoved in a bandana, shoved under my arm, I don't know. But we also just brought them all in with us first things first, because they're going to get to watch the show.
Sometimes a plushie is just someone's head that you happen to find around because you missed the plushie. But yeah,
because exactly, and we might have to mix and match.
It makes
the squishy, and it makes him happy. So yeah, we've got one in our mouth at all times, and the rest are getting set in the seats so they can watch everything that's about to happen. Then Flint, step 3, Flint turns into his ooze form, spending blood, and is just going to be the gross, disgusting thing that he now is. Dropping the stuffy, it like literally just falls to the floor when he goes to ooze form. And he's gonna just ooze away over into the literal walls of the place. He's trying to be sneaky. He doesn't want anyone to know where he is in this moment.
Maybe going with sneak?
No, we're gonna end up going with brawl at the end of this, but I have a goal of 19d6 to hit.
Can't right now?
It. No, but maybe in general. I was still doing math when I got called on. So we are then going to take this is as far as I got math wise, our grappling hook after we have come out of our format, to then, shoot that upwards a minimum of 3 stories. I'm imagining there's a chandelier up there because this is an opera house.
There is now.
There can't not be a chandelier up there.
How else are you going to know if you're hitting the high notes if none of the crystals start shaking?
Exactly.
Or break.
Exactly.
If you're really good, you get them to crack without actually breaking.
Just a little crack, and you can hear the little extra like piercing note. Flint hates it. Flint absolutely hates it. He can hear all of the crystals vibrating constantly. But as we're grappling hook upping, we're gonna rip a row of chairs out of the floor because this is called improvised projectiles. To go up with us. And then we are going to do our infamous Flint move of just doing things from the top chandelier.
Yes, of course. Why wouldn't he?
Exactly. And he is going to be bad and just go down on this Ubermensch because he's not a fan of anybody offing people. That's not nice, and that is his job. Yes. I think that's covered everything.
Okay. So how many dice is that?
We're going to throw in the claws and ambushing with all of this spare hand. I got a math. Hold on.
But the Dämonenblut is only rolling 4 dice against this, but he is tracking you through the walls.
Terrifying.
Wow, it's so bright and so loud.
Some horns are just being like flung, talons, and just following the ooze as it moves through the walls.
It's hot too. Those lights are hot.
Yeah. I think
Cook that
I
man.
really want to bring in a Phantom of the Opera joke in here, but I can't quite, other than maybe
17.
17 dice.
Yeah.
We are so close to
Nice.
breaking 18. Blair, you heard that. It's 17. With one away from the record so far. But
If
we
the
have
chandelier does break and fall into the audience, it does count as a Phantom of the Opera joke.
yes, of course. But I'm just thinking like how can I phrase the joke here? I was thinking about in Sleep he came
format?
to me. In Walls. In Walls he came.
Also,
but that
wouldn't
is
this guy be the Phantom?
Hey.
potentially just don't say that to his face. But that is
That's gonna
here's
be
3 successes.
radio.
so that's 9 successes, 4 crits.
9 successes, 4 crits versus 3 successes from Franz Virgil.
Well, he gets no successes.
You're gonna cancel those 3 out.
I am gonna cancel those 3 out using
Very good.
my three regs, 3 regular
Mhm,
successes. We're gonna go ahead and use a crit. We're gonna use 2 crits to get a total of 6 blood back.
Let me just double check that you
Is
can
that
activate a
yeah?
special
I'm
more than
gonna
once.
leave that as a question. If not, I'm definitely doing it once though.
Yep, you can definitely add 3. I'm just getting confused with. I know there's a different game that has the same level of specials, but you can only activate it once per die. Add 1 detail. Allocate your dice. Allocate so your directing detail clearing a path when you allocate. No, when you're ripping Nazi's half. The dice now has special rules. Incoming fire, allocate to feeding. Specials can only activate it when a critical is located to present uncanny exotic abilities. Interact with the mechanics. Your specials, if you have any, are listed on your sheet alongside your ability. You know what? You can take 6.
Yay!
It's not immediately obvious to me, so we're going to go with 6.
All right. So let's rid of one of those. We will use a success on. There was a challenge rating of 12.
Challenge rating of 1.
1,
And
okay.
the threat rating is
It
11
was
right
12,
now.
11. Okay. I was like, I know I heard a big number at the beginning of
There
all
was
of
a
it.
big number at the beginning.
Oh, and it was a scary number. Let's use a crit to go ahead and attack the threat.
Okay, so that will bypass 1. We'll take it down to a 10.
And then we will. We'll do that again.
Okay,
We'll
with
go
another
ahead
crit.
and no, we'll use the last 2 successes. Can I use my last crit to drink more blood?
You absolutely can.
My special. Okay.
So then we'll bring this one down. We'll bring it down to a 9. The threat is currently a 9, and he is pissed off. He's full. The singing isn't even singing. He's just shouting and screaming now. His teeth seem to be spiraling in his mouth and just like moving out of his
that's
face at the
gross.
same time. There is a full Art Nouveau element thing happening to his face. It's kind of cool if it weren't directed at you. Like these would be really funny if it weren't happening to you right now.
I think
But
Flint's trying to mock his face, to be honest with you. There's a
it's just like ooze and bat, ooze bat, ooze
Yeah.
bat. And we're gonna go to Astrid, who is also in the scene.
You see her spirit shroud start to form around her as she becomes a poltergeist once more. And starts running toward this thing with her great spear, yelling at it, trying to terrify it.
Yep. He is just flinging horns and talons and like teeth spiraling out. So technically, you're receiving a charge.
Yes. And I'm carrying my sharp great spear, and attached to it is the last sliver of the cross.
Very good.
as I yell at it to admit that they have sinned and confess their sins, aka
I am a
religious
hecking
jargon.
demon. Of course I have sinned. Says in return.
Religious, right? Religious jargon.
Yep, religious jargon. Add 2 more dice on that.
Right. I had something. Okay, 4 for terrify, the great spear and a charge, sliver of the cross, and religious jargon for another one. The spirit storm, and a +2 for the sharp.
Yes.
And I think that's about all I can get, unfortunately. Oh no. I'm tracking it and trying to blood hunt.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
don't,
Do you
but
have
he's
blood to
not.
spend for that?
Yes.
Very good. We're gonna roll 4. That's 2 successes.
So I'm up to 12.
Very good. I got on 17d6 is the current highest total.
Ooh, those are good. I got a total of 7 successes, 3 of them being crits.
Very good. 2 successes from him.
Yes,
So
Astrid,
obviously I'm gonna
yes.
negate his successes with 2 of my regulars.
Very good.
And I am going to
Mm-hmm.
down his attack dice by 3 with unnatural endurance for one of my crits.
Is it the attack rating or the threat rating?
Attack dice?
Attack dice by 3. Very good. He now
Yes.
attacks with a single die.
Eat
Yes.
butts.
And he doesn't have reinforcement rules, so he can't regain those dice.
And
Aha.
I'm going to use one regular success and a crit to down his threat by 2.
By 2, down to a 7.
And I'm going to gain 3 blood back with the last.
Very good. Yeah, very good. This is getting, he wanted an audience and he wanted to be like the soul of talent on stage, which means that he's also the only target on stage. So all of you wailing down upon him is not going in his favor, which means Iryna. This is a threat that has a challenge rating. Like, you can finally use the thing you've been trying to use the entire session.
What production was on? What costumes do I have that I can reach for? This is not important in the attack. This is narratively important more for next session. I need to know what
for
to
the
make.
costume for next time. Yes. I guess. Wagner would be going for. Would it be
classic.
Nibelungen?
Oh.
Sorry, one more time.
Let me just. Do you want to just keep going and then say you
Yeah,
grab a
right.
costume? And
Okay,
then
I
we'll fill it in.
offer a classic Greek play.
No, it's Wagner. It's specifically Wagner.
Oh, it's Wagner.
That is the
All
one
right.
thing. It has to be Wagner.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Let's.
That actually works for me. I grab a Valkyrie costume.
Yes, absolutely.
This is so I have wings. I can use these next week. I grab a Valkyrie costume and I pull out my magical cavalry saber. Was my mother's. I am going to use it to while wrapping one of my arms around one of the fly lines, I'm going to cut a bunch of the sandbags that off of a bunch of the lines that are holding different set pieces aloft. I'm assuming they're fairly intricate and fancy. And I'm going to
say it is the Valkyrie from the Der Ring des Nibelungen. So it is the Nibelung cycle. So brilliant. It's the Valkyries.
Brilliant. An avenging angel, who is terrifying. And you know what? I look so good in this costume. I look so right and made for the stage that you would think that I was one of the actors. You would think, I think perhaps a con. I don't know. I don't know.
You can definitely con the audience. I mean, the audience will believe anything right now if as long as you can let them go please. Yes, you're an angel of death. Absolutely. Can I go home, please?
Brilliant. Stuff raining down onto the stage. I'm gonna just like launch into the air
Stuff also being
counterweighted.
Flint.
Sorry?
Stuff also being Flint.
Oh,
raining
brilliant.
down onto the stage.
And like launch up into like the catwalk area, and yeah, can I use Dark Glamour and the Hell's Ravenous Fire at the same time?
Do you have enough blood for it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can use
Okay.
anything that you want as long as it makes like feasible sense. Like you can't triple wield something, but you can use multiple abilities and equipment.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna then, in that case, I'm gonna spend 3 blood to use Dark Glamour. I'm going to have a whole load of bats. These are theater bats, so they are
Yes, it's
in
me.
top hats and tails. Fancy theater bats. And it's a beautiful building. It's so gorgeous, and I am.
It is like they've ruined a little
terrified.
the inside, but it still looks really good.
Charlie Chaplin.
Okay, so it's a lot of blood. All right, I can the magical cavalry saber. So
And I am going to roll
4.
my individual single die that you have
Excellent.
forced me down to,
Excellent.
but no success.
Yay.
Does mean he regains a die from next turn
Ooh.
because he fails so bad that he does get a single die.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh, actually, I wonder because if that's on the reinforcement rules, he does not regain that.
I'm gonna do math here. So con, and then saber 2.
Yeah, no. That is a reinforcement rule, so he does not regain that die. He just rolls no successes.
Amazing. Just saber held aloft. Some would like a charge, maybe. Perhaps.
You said you're doing like the full being pulled up and then rushing downwards, so that's the charge.
Sweet. Or 2 and Dark Glamour 2 and Night's Willing Servant 2 more. So that'll take me to 10. 10.
10.
Yes.
10 is good. 10 is good.
Right. No crits. Or sorry, 1 crit. I lied. 1 crit, 1 success, and sorry, 2 successes. Too many dice. Yeah, 1 crit, 2 successes.
Okay. You can do anything you want with them because he has no successes against you.
Amazing. I am. Would you call
he does
this?
have a challenge rating.
So I'm gonna spend that blood to ignore the challenge on the threat. Is
Okay.
that
Yep, so that's an extra die.
okay for me?
Yeah, if you spend blood, it activates the ability, so you roll an extra dice.
Cool.
Yeah.
The 4.
That's another success.
Sweet. I'm gonna use the crit to reduce the attack rating by 1. Oh wait, no, he's out of attack, right?
He has 1 attack left.
No, we don't.
No, we don't. He is just going to be, yeah, he's fumbling. He's taken aback. Things are happening to him. He was supposed to be sent to stage, and he is just the butt of the joke.
Excellent. So I'm going to use those 3 successes. I'm gonna use 1 for blood and 2 to attack.
Sure, bring him down to a 5. And he is just, you can see he's trying to go into a big, magniloquent soliloquy, and all he comes up with is just like, and you can see strangle sounds coming from his throat. He's not choking on himself yet, he's just choking up. He's getting stage fright, if you will.
Happens to the best of us, darling.
Which means it is the end of the round. Which means we go back to the top, and he gets no reinforcements. Nothing else happens. So, who would like to? What time are we going? Yes, we're close. Let's do this in reverse order, starting with Iryna, who is right up in his face, going up with Flint, and Astrid, and we'll have Chuck coming in from the rear, from the front of house, from the ledge down to the front as the last one. So Iryna, right back to you. And Flint, you're up next.
I think I'm going to.
Again, I am rolling nothing this round because
Yeah.
you have reduced everything. Oh, okay. We're doing this. We're doing this. Okay, let me just make a note of that.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna just, after having descended from the catwalk, but for all he knows, the heavens.
For some reason, the orchestra was playing Rise of the Valkyries at the time that you were descending, so there was
Really?
like the full accompaniment. It's
Amazing.
not part of the same act. They just decided, like, you know what, we're here, might as well.
With the bats like hovering around me, I listen to their squeaking, and I turn to Flint.
Squeak, 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 squeak. Squeak, squeak, squeak.
And just kind of do the "no, please, after you" gesture to Flint.
Everyone's ceding to Flint.
Flint is ceding to Astrid.
So Iryna turns around, bats around, and just like, Flint, please. And then Flint just goes,
And then just kind of...
and just points to Astrid instead.
Yes, correct.
Astrid, you get to go first.
Astrid picks up, I'm sure there's a sword around on the stage.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Picks it up.
It wasn't necessary for the scene. He just likes to carry one because it makes it look good.
Right.
It's very incisive.
Picks up the sword and starts almost acting like a knight. And just goes up using my con here and pretends that everything is good.
We are being heckled in the internal chat. Please continue, Queenie.
And as I get close to him, acting like I'm gonna be nice to him for once, my body turns into this spirit storm again, and I hurl the sword at him. And my con is a 1.
Okay, which will give advantage to the next person to go because you are using your lowest stat.
Yes. And
everyone's seeing Astrid going like, Astrid isn't good at the acting thing, but she's putting her all into it. Her whole astrucy, if you will. Sorry, chat. Not a pun, Jess, not a pun. just a bad joke.
And that brings me to 4 dice.
That is 4 dice. Yes, very good. Yep. He doesn't have anything against you, so you're just rolling against him now.
Yeah, I got 3 of them are success, with 2 of them being crits.
That's very good.
So I'm going to
5 successes. But if one's a crit, you could also do a thing.
Yeah.
You have a special you can activate.
Right, Apex Predator.
Yes.
Which takes his threat rating down by 3.
Which will bring him down to a 2 if you want to do that.
Yes, and I will use the last of my successes to bring it down to a 0.
Ooh. Because how many you have 3 successes left?
Right, I have a crit and a regular.
You all see Astrid just like with the sword and then just like hand it over towards him, like hilt first, and then just flip it around again and just plunge it right into his chest. As he's still, the choking and the gurgling is now actual gurgling because there are fluids filling up his lungs as this is happening. But also, again, Astrid really put her all into this, and it was like, wasn't convincing at all, but really inspires Flint as he will go next. But also, you all get to take a little sip if you would like to take a sip of this guy.
My tongue reaches
just from the ledge at the back. You just see Chuck's tongue come down and just pull back up. You know what he tastes like? Do you want to know what he tastes like?
Yeah.
A jar of chicken fat with a cigar stubbed into it.
Ugh.
Ugh.
However, it does
Grandpa?
unlock. It does unlock another advance for all of you. You don't have to choose it right now. Let's go with Flint and Chuck. You have 4 left to clear the objective and get out of this theater. And then we will end our evening here as soon as Flint and Chuck get their go.
In case this helps, I can use my new objective, my new advance, and do it probably pretty quick.
Sure.
And what's the like flavor text for us clearing the objective?
You wanted to hustle through the corridors, make your way towards Hitler. Just basically get out. Just like rush through and get out.
Then cool. I'm gonna fully, if Flint is okay, I want to eviscerate this shit out of this theater.
Flint, is there anything else you would like to do before that happens, other than recovering all the plushies?
Yeah, I do. I would definitely like to get all my toys back. That is high priority. Also, if there is any, I was still trying to figure out what I wanted to try to find to take. Can I take like, I would like to take I'm just blanking on the word because I want to make it, a cape.
The curtain?
Yes, thank you. I would like to take the curtain. I'm going to collect all my stuffies in it. But like we're full on like Fidget from the Great Mouse Detective, like packing up all of these guys with the big curtain.
If we're using the curtain as both a cape and a thing, do you want it as an item of loot now that you've lost your car?
That would be now that I've lost my car and my grappling hook.
Yeah, we'll make it a 3 uses. And I'll give you a plus bonus, which is curtain call. No, let's make it the show must go on.
Okay. I get this. But really, like, nothing pertaining to anything other than that aesthetic right there.
Okay, just roll a search for me in that case.
Okay.
Just to see if you can get some blood out of it too.
This is officially the lowest roll. Here goes a whopping 2d6.
Is it your lowest?
It is not my lowest.
Oh, but you do get a die of advantage from Astrid's acting.
From Astrid. Okay, there we go. That brings us
That was the reason I did con.
3.
To be or not.
That is a success.
A success. You can spend it on some blood.
We'll take some blood.
Take some blood.
Take some blood.
Chuck, take us away.
Hi friends. So I have a plan. This is my stage manager voice. Thank you for asking.
Welcome to my unboxing. Opens coffin.
Hi. So I'm gonna spider scurry along the ceiling, specifically along the catwalk, so I can remain in the low ceiling area. Boom, that's already 2. And then I'm going to use my acid spit. No one expected that, did they? It's all 5 because guess who knows shit? Me. It's me. There's a fly tower, and the fly tower has counterweights, and the counterweights are made of metal. Boom. You didn't guess that, so now we have 5. So what's gonna happen is, and the pit band, they're also Nazis, right?
The what?
They're also Nazis, right? Like
if
everybody in the
yes.
band.
If
Yes, I would love to. That's the plan. Okay, so I would.
If you're saving anyone, they're not a Nazi. If you're choosing to kill them, they were always a Nazi to begin with.
What I would like to have happen is I use my, you guessed it, tongue, and restrain the main guy, the conductor, if you will, and have him conduct us out in like some sick song.
Conduct
like
you out?
With increased fervor.
Okay.
And as I spit on the metal, holding the fly tower pulleys up, what happens is all of the grid with holding the lights comes crashing down. So that's 4 for fix. I mean, I'm not as great.
You brought the house down? Thanks, Jess.
You're asking a theater kid who's also neurospicy to describe bringing the house down, and technically that's a raked state, probably. So they're probably
No. We're going metaphorically. Don't worry.
Okay, great. Yeah, so that's my plan. And fun thing about my elbow grease, which is one of my advances, is that if I roll up my sleeves and take on an objective using the fix, which we are all currently doing, I reduce the objective rating by 4.
Single-handedly. So if you're the only person focusing on getting out of the theater, which is true in this case, because Flint is busy, Iryna is busy, Astrid is busy, you're the only one trying to get out of the theater by getting the theater off you.
Yeah, I'm basically, yeah, we're doing a metaphorical deconstruct. Well, it's a real,
It's not a metaphorical deconstruction. You are very much
no,
deconstructing
I
this
feel
building.
like the metaphor is that the implication is we are deconstructing the colonized sort of imperialist society that is reigning upon the other free world. And so by literally taking down their illumination and their audio, I'm taking away their voice. I'm taking away their spotlight. I'm deconstructing the walls that hold the prisoners. And
Roll your dice for me.
Art degree, my babes. This is what happens. 4 plus acid
11.
split plus metal plus spider plus ceilings plus tongue plus restraint is 11.
Very good. Roll 11d6 versus nothing. You need four successes to get out.
I think I only need 1.
Ooh, how come?
Because I reduced the objective's rating by 4 using my elbow grease.
There we go.
It is. I would like to point out that I never get 11, and so the fact that I'm using it against nothing is truly hilarious.
You're welcome.
You do need to roll. You need to roll a 6 to be able to activate that special, though.
Oh, it just says.
It says gain special. Reduce the objective rating by 4.
Gain special, but that doesn't say. Needs
it means
a
that
6
you gain the ability of activating this as a special. Is what the wording means on that.
The language is not clear.
You only gain dice
10.
from abilities if they have a cost in blood. If it says special anywhere in the ability, then it means you have to spend the 6 to be able to activate the rest of the phrasing of the ability.
Okay, well, so we said 11?
Dice. It's 10 dice. Because the elbow grease doesn't give you the dice.
Fix, spit, metal, spider, ceiling, lashing my blood, holding the conductor.
It's still 11
Yep, still 11.
without the elbow grease.
Very good. Yep. You just need 1 6.
Oh. Well, I'm not gonna. That guy fell out of the thing, but we're gonna count him.
As for some reason, Flight of the Bumblebee starts playing in the orchestra pit.
Why am I so bad at rolling? Are
Please
you
tell
guys
me
actually
have either a 6 or at least 4 successes?
I got fuck all. Heck all. I have.
Please define that for me.
I have. Well, good for me for blood. Sad for everybody else for everything else. 3 1s, 2 2s, 3 3, 4 3, 3 3s, 3 2s, 3 1s, a 4 and a 5.
That's 2 successes. Okay, 2 successes. We'll take the objective down to a 2. What I will say, both for the sake of timing and for the sake of narrative, because it makes sense at this point, there are no more threats in this place. There is nothing that can possibly stop you. It is now a concerted effort, get it, from everyone to be working against the theater itself as it stands or as it stood until 2 minutes ago, to get out of this. I will say that Chuck, you gained some blood there. I just won't give you the opportunity to take any loot if you wanted any loot, just because that roll wasn't particularly successful.
I mean, I was gonna ask for a light maybe, but what was I gonna do with the light, you know?
Yeah.
Except for like be a theater kid in the background.
We will bring this second and penultimate session of Eat the Reich to a close as our 4 vampires leave the concert hall and head into Sector 1 of Paris towards the ammunition and vehicle depot, the Nazi pleasure gardens, the Eiffel Tower, and of course, at its very top, there's the Führer's Zeppelin. waiting to be with a pun counter of 18. Incredible. I feel like there should be a Sesame Street count on count something. Just 18. A cat. One cat. We will go around again. Everyone just quickly where they can find you, who you are, who you've been, and we will see everyone next week after we finish doing this. So let's start with Flint.
Hi, Urvy Fitz here. Been playing Flint for ya. You can find me around on pretty much everywhere as Caesar Slod, or just type in Urvy Fitz. I promise you, it's a lot easier.
Next will be Queenie.
Hi, Queenie. Been playing Astrid. You can find me on Bard Rock Cafe Network, Blades of Paradise specifically, as Lizzie Calhoun. I don't really have my social set up yet, though.
Moving up to Emily.
Hi, I work for the School of Contemporary Arts at SFU, so if you ever really want to see me in person doing stage management shit for funsies and for munsies, come hang out. We monetary value. My handle on Instagram is emily.the.everything, and I post about my work there.
And last but not least, Jess.
Hi, I have been Iryna, but I am also Chronically Quill on Instagram or other_Jess if you want to find me on my Daywalker Instagram.
And I said I have been Alex V. I have been your GM for tonight. We have been playing Eat the Reich by Rowan, Rook and Decard, which is now going to go back on the shelf. Until next week, this has been Tabletop TBR by Plaid Dog Events in collaboration with Adventure Dice and the generous sponsorship of Rowan, Rook and Decard. We will see you next week, where we try beating 18d6 and 18 puns per session in one night. We'll see you next week. And Blair, let us know when we're good to go.